good to see you, Ben. Glad you were able to make it on time because today we are doing the eye catches this week. Literally, like right after stream last week, Trace DM'd me and she was like, boom, did it. Tier list for eye catches. Please do eye catches. So we are going to do eye catches, which I'm very excited for because like eye catches are actually one of my favorite things from anime. Like, shows that skip doing eye catches bum me out because they're so cool. Just the little cute little animation, you can be experimental with the style. I love the music. I'm so hyped. Though on the note of music, we will not be listening to the audio for these. Like, I think I'm gonna get bopped for the visuals, but I'm not also gonna double up on the audio. We're just gonna have to imagine what the audio is like. Most of the time, it's like trumpets. It's like a little bit of piano, sometimes I throw in a chorus, and then it's trumpets. I'm working on the power-up one. Thank you! Thank you so much. We get pretty art, exactly. We are going to get nothing but beautiful art today. I'm so excited to do this, because the eye catches are just so iconic. This is one of the only reasons in my life I've ever been like, I want to do animation. Like, I do a lot of illustration. Like, doing animation is only tempting because of eye catches, because I want to make myself like a high-level eye catch, which I've been working on something, because I don't have a transition sort of stinger at the moment on stream, and I've been trying to figure out what I want to do in regards to that, but I don't know. I'm like, do I push myself to animate something, or do I just do like a puppeteering animation, which is significantly easier, but not as fun? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we end up doing. I may skip some of the All-Stars outfits as there's no full shots of them. Yeah, that's the one thing that kind of bums me out, is that, like, I don't know why they don't have the concept art for some of the All-Stars outfits. Like, maybe they might be hidden in some, like, old books that didn't get scanned properly. But, like, yeah, like, any of the time where they do, like, the golden power-ups in seasons, I find that so insanely appealing. They're so pretty. But yeah, that's totally fine. I mean, the fact that you're making a tier list in the first place is honestly chef's kiss. I'm also going to drop the link for this one so that people also have the ability to participate in... Oh, well, that did not copy over correctly. So people can also use this tier list, and people can add what they have to show for it. So hopefully that goes to both streams. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah, there we go. I'm getting it. I'm learning the ropes. But starting from the very beginning, we will be doing the Futari one. I do need to name these. I always forget to do that. Wedding cake, donut tier, B for brownie, C for cookie with icing. And what else did I have? Cookie with icing. Did I go immediately to health bar? Or yeah, I think it's health bar. And then just sugar. And I honestly do not think we're gonna have salt. Like, I think I had some intense opinions about the music. Did I delete a row? Oh, I want to add one below, yeah. Here we go. Just sugar. I add one, okay. We're gonna keep the salty one. I don't think there's gonna be any that I dislike. I genuinely have such a fondness for eye catches in general. I did have the idea of villain design tiers. Ooh, that would be fun. This is also going to be me forgetting all of, like, any of the early seasons villains. Like, I think really prior to maybe, like, Fresh. The villains, I don't remember any of them. Bumby's about it. I don't remember any of the villains for Futari, Max Heart, Splash, and Yes and 5 and Yes 5 Go-Go. I'm not gonna remember any of those villains unless they turned into good guys. If they were bad guys and they stayed bad guys and they died bad guys, I don't remember them. I don't know who she is. Welcome in, Noah the Winter Wolf. How are you today? Oh my goodness. Alright, without further ado, let's knock out the first eye catch. And they're gonna autoplay, so I'm gonna have to chase it from autoplaying. Okay, the thing is, if I do full screen, it centers it, but it rescales it, so we're just gonna have to ignore that it might bleed out a little bit, because I don't have to rescale it every time. But yes, I think this is the highest quality we can get. It is what it is. But somebody did very very sweetly make a playlist on YouTube for these because I was like, do I need to go out of my way to make a tab for every single eye catch there's ever been? But no, lovely people made playlists and the playlists haven't gotten bopped because we had very bad luck with the openings and endings with the videos getting deleted. But not this time. Not this time. Doing good. I'm glad to hear that. We love a fun Sunday. All right, so here we go. Eyecatch 1. Oh, I forgot these had cards. I also like it's fun because this had such early builds of 3D back then. Oh, it's doing both. Okay. Like coming back Eyecatch. I like these. Like, honestly, the 3D was not bad for what they did here. Like, I can't tell if they rotoscoped it or if they, like, if it's just a 3D model. Like, why is this better than some of the 3D later down the line? These are cute. They're very simple. Like, so much of, like, the Futari backgrounds are just kind of, like, a blurred background with some, like, simple effects. They love their bubbles for this generation. And then, obviously, they're shilling the merch. They're like, it's always an excuse to shill the merch. It's so cute. And then I like that they use the function for it. I'm not gonna lie. If they do it well, they should. See, the bubbles are back. They love their bubbles. Hi! Hi, Lumi. How are you? I celebrated my birthday on Tuesday. Oh my god, happy belated, Ben. I hope you are happy to be another year older. Alright, I'm gonna get this correct the first time. Watch this. Ready? Halberia, how are you today? I hope your day is going well, and please let me know if I say anybody's name wrong or you get your pronouns wrong. I will happily correct myself. And if I forget, please just keep reminding me. I have the memory of a goldfish. But nonetheless, we are still unpacking this. This is going to be so hard to rate these. I love them all so much. And they no longer do the coming back ones in later seasons. That's what I was going to say. I don't know what point they stopped. We'll find out. But they do stop doing the coming back ones. I'm so used to this early, like, 2000s gen having it, because I think they had coming back ones for Mermaid Melody. Which I also kind of want to just do the eye catches for all Magical Girl series. They're so good when they have them. Good, I'm in rigging hell. Oh, are we doing, like, live 2D rigging? Are we still... If people do not know, Lumi is a fantastic artist in chat. He has a wonderful channel. You should absolutely go follow him. But I believe you're rigging your VTuber at the moment, which is very exciting. If not, you might be rigging something else and I'm just talking out here. But yes, everybody go follow Lumi. They're super cool. They have really fun streams, very interactive, very artsy. But nonetheless, we're back to figure out how we feel about this eye catch. I also just I like seeing the characters. I love these gems are my favorite. I absolutely adore the gems from this. And then they have toys. I have this compact. I don't even remember the name. I should. I have this compact and these pop out. They're so fun. I love anything where it's got like gems. I really love the gems from Hugtto too. They're just, anytime they're like, let's just have a random crystal object, I'm like, say less. I love it. I think it stopped at Kira or Hugtto. Really, that late? Oh my goodness. I impulse made a new model, now I'm doing it all over again. That is the artist way. That is the artist way. I literally worked on an eye catch. I was talking about this earlier, where I'm working on an eye catch to be my stinger for my channel. And I like literally have it halfway rigged in After Effects. And I was like, never mind, I'm starting over. I'm doing something different. I might just post that art though, because the art was good. My emotions were not. It is the artist way. But yeah, I love this. I will say this is a little bit more, like, in terms of eye catch. It's just very basic. It's not doing much, but it's the first one, so it's already... I don't know where I'm going to rank this. It's a solid eye catch. It promos the artwork. And it's just the aesthetic of the season. I'm going to stick it in, like, Cookie. It might get demoted to Health Bar, but this is... We need to start somewhere. The 7 crystals. They're so pretty. I love the 7 crystals a lot. Ooh. All right. Going here. Okay, so we do more card flips. I love this wallpaper. Like, I love this, like, people are gonna be like, it's the granny wallpaper. It's not granny to me. It's just fun floral. I like it. It's really cute. And the frames are really fun. I like that they do, like, a chibi thing. I love it when they do chibi stuff for the eye catches. They're always fun. Welcome in, Lottie's Galaxy. Let me know if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. How are you today? This eye catch is precious. Precious bean right here. I love the chibi. They also, I didn't realize they love to do the name card flip a lot, like, or before this, right before it. The name card just like rotating in, the most basic thing you can do in After Effects. I love this wallpaper. You understand me! You understand my emotions! I'm so fond of it. I love the overlap of the granny and magical girl aesthetics. Like, it really, now this is the granny magical girl series, because what is this, officially like 26 years old now? Not 26, no, because this came out in, I forget, we didn't have the 25th anniversary, we had the 20th anniversary. This is like, math. How many years ago was it? It's 23 years ago, because it's 2002. 23 years old. She's a granny in our... Oh, this is the other backgrounds they do. So I did this one thing where I went through all the backgrounds that they do in Precure and tried to recreate them in like After Effects and animate them. They started doing this like, I don't even know the word for it. It's kind of like that tie-dye method, stripey thing. And again, we got the bubbles. All these early seasons are they're very attached to their bubbles. They're super duper cute. 20, is it 2004? I'm dumb. 2004, so it's 21-ish years old a time. I'm really good, thank you for asking. I'm glad to hear it. Welcome in. I don't know what's going on with this like game thing they're doing here. I don't know if I love this. I feel like it's a little clashy, but I assume this has some. I literally own the toy. I could check. I don't think this one has a computer screen, so it doesn't really. I don't know. I don't know if I love that. I do love the chibis. Them having like a little chibi moment. It's cute. Hey. Don't skip ahead, man. Don't skip ahead. This one, I'm stuck because I like the first half, but the second half, I'm putting it back in Cookie with Icing. We're just gonna put it middle of the way. This is one of my fave Eyecatches. This, Max Heart or Futari wa 2. Both of them are so fun. Alright, this one, I love the Queen's Chair. The Queen's Chair is an absolute delight to me. These are like the games to check how compatible you're in love with people. Oh, alright, well now it's a little guy. Now I gotta put it higher if it's a little guy. I gotta put it higher. Alright. We have the inclusion of the fairies. The rotating light. And again, blurred background, bubbles. Blurred background and bubbles. That's how we live. Is cute. I just don't remember this fairy. Points off for not remembering. I don't know if it's points off for this or for me for not remembering who the heck that fairy is. This is cute. This is funny. This is adorable. Like, this is more of, like, environmental, because they're just in there. I will say the two Eyecatches do not match in the least bit. I don't know if I like the fact that they don't match. Probably the fortune probability with, like, you're lucky. Oh. Just Futari one, not Max Heart. Got you. I'm always a fan of Eyecatches. Seeing them makes me happy. They're so cool. I love Eyecatches. They're the absolute best. I think they're the best thing in anime. I don't know why these don't match too much, because they stuck with the normal template of having the product that they're shilling, and then... This is just... It's nice to see them personality-wise, but it's such a... They're not similar enough to each other, which I kind of don't love. I'm gonna put it down the health bar. We've got a ways to go and these are gonna move. For you, as they are the spirits of the queen. I know that there's a bunch of the fairies, but I don't remember this one being important. Unless it's one of those Eyecatches that changes. Like, there's a different fairy every time. It might do that. I'd have to go back and watch the actual show. Alright. Max Heart. 2. Welcome in, Holt! How are you? Oh, Precure Eyecatches. Absolutely. We are doing the Eyecatches today. Oh, they're doing the thing. They're doing the thing where they spin it around again. They spin it on the, what is it, the Y-axis? They love to do the spin around. It's like their favorite gimmick. Especially if you have a card-like object. It's their absolute favorite. Yeah, this is just like all the different fairies. I do vaguely remember them. The movie theater thing's cute, and I like that they actually turn around the movie theater. Like, they animate it so that I'm gonna have to do this frame by frame. They actually, like, animate each frame of them turning around in the movie theater. They even put an exit sign. I like the detailing in that. I think it's super cute. And it's probably a pain to do this, too, because you have to change this perspective every time a character moves around. This is cute. I love the movie theater bit. I love a little movie theater gag. Then we have this running type one. And it's just more personality. Again, they don't match. They don't match too much. I guess this technically had product, and this one also had product. I'm traumatized by seeing her cry. Pretty good, pretty good. I'm glad to hear that. Precure is the only anime I follow anymore because it's not depressing. Anime's gotten very intense these days. Precure's a good palate cleanser, especially emotionally. I think I'm gonna keep this down in health bar. Alright, we're moving out of the OG and we're moving into Splash Star. Okay, this is kind of iconic to me. I love, like, the back-to-back thing. I know they do it a couple times in Precure where they, like, you know, go back-to-back and then go poop. I like the vibe on that. And then their backgrounds, they do a little bit. It's still blurred, but they get very watercolory compared to the other ones. Details no one cares about, but I do. Oh, Loon. Oh, Loon. Max Heart Eyecatches are so cute. They're very precious. I also like the whole anime. And again, we got chibis. I love it when they throw in the chibis. Oh, the fountain. That poor toy. I have the fountain, but it's unfortunately very... I got it secondhand, so it was very sun-kissed. I'll put it that way. Mine is orange and not so much pink anymore. But yeah, hey, don't go ahead. Get out of here. Moop and poop. I also like this. I think they do this for a couple of seasons where, like, I don't remember which one started doing this, where they had them, like, spiraling down. But they do that in a couple of seasons whenever they have, like, some weird orby material. It also feels very Dragon Ball, and it's the same studio, so I would not be surprised if it's, like, a reference to the Dragon Balls or something along those lines. Alright. I think I'm just happy with these. That's a fun one. Again, a two-parter. Our fairy couple. I know. The couple! Floppy and Choppy. I would say it's been loved. It's certainly, any of my older merch has 100% been. It's gotten a lot of love. Welcome in, Mr. Mooncast! Hello! How are you today? Alright. Splash Star 2. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna get the name wrong. These are not Splash Communes. They should be the Splash Communes, but they're not. I think they're the Crystal Communes. They're absolutely, like, my favorite toy in the entire, like, franchise. I think this has been one of the most clever transformation devices we've ever had. I'm a huge fan of these things. And then you can also, like, take these bits off. I think they did a good job showing you can actually take them off. They, like, have a edge to them. Very weird. Where'd you find the Precure Eyecatch list? Actually, Trace, I don't think she is here yet, but she made it. I'll put it in chat again. If I can figure out how to put it in chat again. I'll grab it here. Righto here. I hope it doesn't accidentally save mine. But she made it last week, so it's fresh off the presses. But absolutely, if you are somebody who likes the Heartcatch, not Heartcatch, the Precure Eyecatches, you can see what's on my mind. You can do your own and post it on your socials and let everybody know how you feel. Those transformation devices always give Switch vibes. That's very true. That's very true. How many memories these images invoke in me. They're just like, this is such a classic. These are so classic. This is such a warm time in my, like, youth. I have such a fondness for these old seasons. I love it when they do the chibis. The chibis spark so much joy. And then I like that they did, like, some kind of growing. And then, listen, my tier list is not made up of food for no reason. They threw in a cake here. A strawberry cake. And then also we gotta show the merch, which I don't even know where to buy, like, this whole computer thing. I don't know if they ever actually sold that. I'd have to look. I think Splash Star is one of the hardest seasons to find merch for because it just wasn't super popular back in the day. But when are they gonna give us, like, pretty memories at the very least? When are you gonna remake the Crystal Communes? I have one completely unopened Crystal Commune that cost me so much money back in the day. I bought it, like, right before the pandemic. I'm debating giving it away at some point. Like, if I make a channel milestone, I might actually do a giveaway for one of the OG Crystal Communes with the pouch. I have mine that I use for videos that's opened already, but there's one that I have completely unopened. And I'm debating what I'm going to do with that one day. And now that we got new fairy couples, and it's Yuri, I think... I don't know if they're going to be siblings or even we do know that they're technically not siblings. Yeah, the whole thing with that's very complex. Like, 50% of, like, how people feel about Metadon and Puridun, I'm like, Toei is really the villain in this conversation. Because they made their relationship as confusing as possible. Absolutely did. They made that so hard for anybody to understand what's going on there. And so I half of me, when I see people complain about them and like we don't know what their relationship is, or it's just written very weirdly, I'm like, Toei did not help us there. Other people will be saying stuff though, and I'm like, you didn't watch the episode. Just watch the episode. Watch the show that you're whining about, and you will know that the show is trying very hard to be like, they're not siblings. The tree thing, you know, we were just feeling a little goofy, silly how we wrote that, but they're not siblings. And I'm like, oh my god, it's such a headache. I blame Toei. Do. It's a weapon. It was sold. The computer-y thingy? This one right here with like, it's like, that's like the monitor, and then like Mai's holding the keyboard for it. This is, I don't remember anything about Splash Star. I'm such a fake fan. You don't know how much I regret that here in Italy, this series hasn't had its success it deserves. Oh my god, and you're in the, like, the magical girl capital of the world. Italy, like, loves magical girls. You guys deserve better. These need to pop off. I remember seeing this when I first started watching Precure 9 years ago and telling myself how cute it was. Exactly. Finally, the Eyecatch list. So yes, Crown in chat, Crown/Trace. She is the one who made this tier list. I will post it once more. Absolute sweet baby angel. Also follow her on all her socials because she's super cool and she talks about My Bashi, which is on top of Precure. Big fan. #1 Cure Wink fan in chat. Welcome in, Afro. How are you? Yes, the computer. Okay, I have to do more research on it. I just remember the one time I was looking for Splash Star merchandise. It was a headache and a half, dude. It was so hard. Me too. Blame Toei. Exactly. The computer is probably one of the weirdest items in Precure. I have one of the computers I got in a haul. I think it's the Futari computer, and it's massive. I don't know where I stored it, but it was just like way too large, and I was like, I hate this. I hate it so much. I'm like, I hate the tablet ones because they're just too big. Like, I was so glad when I got the healing bag. I got the healing bag from Healing Good forever ago as a deal. I think somebody sold it for like $10, and I was like, sure, I'll take it. It's small, and I'm like, thank God. I thought the healing bag was going to be massive. I'm so glad that one was super itty-bitty. Like, you know, they were being cheap, but for me, I like them being cheap because I don't like the tablets being large. The ending. For anybody who does not know, on top of Precure, I am very much currently into My Bashi Witches. And this episode, I literally watched it an hour before stream, and I was like, I'm dead. That episode was so much. It was an emotional roller coaster, and I'm so scared for next week. Like, I was so excited for this episode. Now I'm like, I don't know if I want to watch the next episode. I'm so scared. It's like going to turn into a horror show. But then again, they have magic. We can just, without spoilers, no context spoilers, we have magic. We could just kill the guy. That's my no spoiler take. Anyways, I like this one. I'm gonna put it in Cookie with Icing for now. I'm putting everything middle of the road because I know that there's Eyecatches that they're gonna be my whole personality. So I'm being very middle of the road here. Okay, again, this is not full chibi. This is kind of like the pseudo chibi. I enjoy it. I still need to watch the new episode today. No context, nothing that I said is going to make any sense until you watch it. I will not say anything else because I, first of all, need to save it for my review, but second of all, like, watch that episode. I want any of Satoru and Takumi acrylics, but I don't know where to find them. I'm so sorry. They're so hard. Acrylics, period, after a season has aired, and it's not like one of the characters are unpopular, it's going to be so hard to find the acrylics. I ended up getting the Magical Boy Satoru one. And then I don't think I have any Takumi ones. I need to catch My Bashi. You're in for a treat. It's been such an emotional ride. But, like, again, that's one of those emotional shows. But yes, I love the pseudo chibi that they go here. That was a jump scare. That was a Coco jump scare. And then here, I like that they're using it. I like that they do kind of a messier style for the animation because you can see the animation wiggle a bit more than they usually do. It's less on model. And it's cute. And food. Another Coco Jets jump scare. Yeah, if you want to make your own Eyecatch list, I made the list to include every version, including the Smile, Precure, and Tropical Rouge ones. Yeah, because they have variants for the Eyecatches in those seasons. Only Precure show that doesn't have an Eyecatch is Mirai Days, strangely. You did mention that. Yes, 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 yes. If anyone can send me a link, please do. I can drop it again in chat as well. I think I still have it saved on the clipboard. I did not find any whatsoever. Yeah, I don't know why Mirai Days was being extra, but yeah, that's putting the tier list in there. I'm hoping it's going to both channels. But nonetheless, and there we go. Okay, so in terms of this one, other than the Coco jump scare, I like it. I like the chibis. They also, this is where they get to more, like, they go off for their typical backgrounds, because we have, like, a bit of the blurred background for Mint and the bubbles, but they mix it up. Like, we've got the musical notes that match my queen over here. We've got a little rainbow for the water. And then I assume this honeycomb texture is because she's a soccer player and supposed to be like a soccer ball. And then we go back to our typical, like, blurred background with, like, a little bit of, like, I guess they do the hard lines to give it sort of a sheen to it, like it's kind of glowing. Very heavenly light. Very a la, like, another similar series, completely random here, would be like SpongeBob did this as well in their earlier seasons. I think they still do it, but I haven't seen SpongeBob in a hot minute. How happy to see Nozomi and Coco get married. Ah! Alright, so this one I do like a little bit more than the others. I feel like this is a good example of an Eyecatch. Or, like, how I envision Eyecatches behaving. Okay. Did I even watch the second half of this? I did. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Next. This I love. I love how intense this is. Also, the 3D's not terrible. Again, why is the 3D, like, somewhat better than it used to be? Like, why was the 3D a little rough early this season when you see, like, a pretty decent 3D mix here? Also, the animation that they're doing for the 3D on this, where they're, like, really, like, bending it, that's impressive. That's nice. Now, that looked a little bad. This looked a little bad. I think the lack of outline here looked a little bad. This is not looking fantastic. But for the most part, it's pretty solid. I think them learning to put outlines on 3D models is pretty good. We are not happy about the Urara, the only good part of yes. Chat's about to turn into a war zone, even though we don't know Coco's. Oh, I'm not gonna deal. We're not going into Coco Nozo. We're done with that. We're moving forward. The hand bracelets look so good. They do, what do they call it? The pinky catch? I love the design. I like, again, this was a season where I think the merch was good. Like, this looks pretty nice right here. And they bothered to put in, like, the reflection and stuff. Is a good time. All right. Good old milk. I feel like this is a little more boring. Hey. It's 5 go-go. No one asked. I think this half of it is a little boring. Like, she's just on kind of, like, a more stencily kind of background, random globby stars. I'm honestly, these are, like, I think these are the default shines in Photoshop. Like, Photoshop had default brushes for a hot minute. I think these are the like, there's two types. There's this one, and then there's this one that's, like, a little more sticky. I think these are the default brushes in Photoshop back in the day that just rotate when you put them on there. I love the pinky touch. I hate the change to and go. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, the cell phone craze of the early 2000s was not my vibe. I'm like, I don't particularly care for the cell phone transformation devices. Like, I get it's like cell phones and flip phones were really popular back then, and they're like, you're a cool girl. Like, you're really, like, when you're in school, you're like, I'm a grown-up because I have a cell phone. Check out my cell phone. Check out all the, like, keychains I had. Like, I remember, like, it was such a staple, especially in, like, middle schools around the age for my generation, which is technically speaking this generation. It was such a trend to have a phone. Like, that was, like, a big milestone in your life, is you're like, my parents let me get a cell phone. Nowadays, everybody just has a tablet already. You come out the womb with a tablet. But back in my day, like, I get that, like, having the flip phone was, like, a big milestone, and, like, puberty's the wrong word, but just, like, the growing up as a kid. But I don't want it in my shows. BlackBerry, dude, I feel that. BlackBerry, having a Motorola, especially back then. I think my first cell phone ended up being the Envy. ENV, phone. I think it was my first one. Oh, okay. Shoot! No one asked for you to be there. I'm sorry, pop up, please. Or a Nokia. Yeah, I think I was a little late to having cell phones though, because my mom was very against me getting one. She was like, they only lead to trouble. So I got one pretty late in life. Don't think I got it until either the last year of middle school or the first year of high school, which everybody else was getting them in middle school. And I was like, when will be my turn to have a smartphone? I didn't have one until I was 16. Yeah. I think it very much depends on like your family. The first flip phone I got was back in 2009 when I was a kid. Yeah, I feel that. I'm still a sucker for the phone aesthetics, especially the ones covered in keychains and. Okay, but Lumi, you like for you, it's like a retro style though. For you, because you have like a pretty retro aesthetic going on for your streams and stuff. I feel like you're like it's the vibe. As somebody who lived it, it was not the. It was less of the vibe. I will say I did like keychains. But I don't think the phones that we had in my generation had much room for keychains. The flip phones really like some of the flip phones like had a little corner of the phone where you could hang keychains, which I don't think are any of these. There's not even I don't know why I'm doing this to see something that doesn't have phones yet. But yeah, they would have like a little slot for you to add keychains, and Japan got really into that. I think like we very quickly moved on to the iPhone, and the iPhone's never been a keychain phone. I tried to cheat it with a case, but then the case broke and all my keychains were lost to the world, which is how I beheaded my I beheaded my poor cure melody. I have a melody that's I've glued it back together since then, but that keychain snapped in half. That was what my mom said. Yeah. Yeah, my mom was the same. I didn't get one until the iPhone 4. Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. Da 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 da. I can't remember my first phone. Oh man, I was rudely awakened with the memory of my first phone because I didn't realize my parents still had it in like a whole box of electronics. And my niece and nephew inherited their obsession of electronics from my brother, and they were all running around with all the old cell phones like Razor cell phone and my Envy and my sister whatever she had, everything we had before the iPhone, and they were running around with the cell phones because I guess somehow they magically still have power, and they were playing with them, and I was like, oh my god, I didn't know that still I didn't know we still have that. I'm so in love with the 90s anime vibe. I will say like being in the 90s, it was okay. But like the aesthetic, like when you look at like people who do like mood boards and stuff of like the 90s, you're like, okay, I get the vibe. I get people's appeal for it. I was in high school when I got my phone. Yeah, that seems to be more normal. If anyone had a keychain on a flip phone, there was a hole at the bottom. Yeah, there was that hole at the bottom. What I was going to say is that so they didn't have the hole at the bottom for the phones that I owned, but the 3DS has a hole for that. So my 3DS, I put all my keychains on my 3DS, and I would run around with keychains being heavier than the 3DS itself. If anyone had a keychain on a flip phone, there was a key. Yeah, right. And then the Nokia. Yeah. Okay. Enough yapping. How do we feel about this? How are my feelings for this one? This one I think was. I like the first half. The second half is kind of weak. I'll put it down in health bar for now. On to go. Video of the phone. I did like that the phone did the sideways thing, but that was like the big thing for like cell phones at the time. Again, was that cell phones just had the ability to do this. They just like could like you could turn the screen weird and you could like have a keyboard on screens. Like this was a big thing. The one talent I never had with cell phones like this are people who can text with the like number keys. Never figured out how to do that. I gave up. Like I got a phone that had a little slidey keyboard and I was like, I'm gonna use that keyboard. Like I gotta give it to people who can text in numbers. Girl, I was not strong enough to do that. I'm weak. I'm a weak girl. Never learned how to do that. Anybody who can text in numbers, you're next level. Alright. Then we got our little fairy getting caught. I guess that's why we call it the what we call it. I love this. I do like them coming out of the phone and like the explosion of it. It's very satisfying. I like this. This is the kind of thing that I would do for like if I had to beat by beat do what I want for my Eyecatch. I would like it to have like something kind of simple at the beginning, but then like build up to some kind of explosion where it goes boop doo boop and pa-choo. I like that. I like just I don't even know how to explain it in proper terms, but just like the impact of that is fun. I had a slide phone once. They're fun. I'm not gonna. I have a fondness for this like slidey phones. But I think that's where, like, my phone journey began, so I'm a slidey girl. Another one of these where if we go over the usage of it. I think I just don't care for those fairies. I did love this little tea sequence. I do like them sitting there and eating. And you know what? It has to go higher because of the tea. I don't care about these other fairies, but they eventually realize that none of us care about these other fairies that no one remembers the name of. Typing the number keyboard was so tedious on the phone. It was the worst. People could do it. People could do it so quickly, and I don't know how they did it, because if you had the same letter coordinated with a number, you'd have to wait a second for it to, like, or, like, if you, like, say you wanted to type A and A was 1, you'd have to wait for it to, like, be like, oh, yes, you pressed 1. And, like, if you need to spell something that was, like, AB, you'd have to press 1 and then wait and then press 1 again and put I can't even explain it properly without having it visually doing something. But it's, like, I don't know how people did it. It was... They're built different. They're built different. The T scene puts it up higher. The T scene was appealing. They know they know how to get me. They never did anything with them was the issue. Yeah, that's like, I mean, certain seasons they try to get us to like the fairies. Like, I think Wonderful did a lot better job at trying to be like, we have fairies. You like them. And other than that, I don't think many of the seasons did a good job at, like, having the miscellaneous, like, who are these blobs? I've never seen these a day in my life. And then I am mad that they reused the explosion. This is recycling. This was recycled. I stand on that. Oh, I do like this tiling, by the way. Haven't seen Go-Go or its Heartcatch. Heartcatches. This is why I keep saying Heartcatch, because it's Eyecatch. Yet everything pre-Go Princess and Hugtto's Eyecatches I haven't seen. Well, you're gonna see them now. I don't even remember those fairies in Yes 5 Go-Go. That's what I'm saying. Nobody remembers them. Who are they? We just don't know. They got names? No, they don't. Well, you're lying. They're just blob number 1 through 5. This is pretty, though. I like the tiling here. Yeah, see, we just have all these fairies. Yeah, this is just recycling. And I don't think they do any more this season. Yeah, they just didn't really have enough time to do more that. So you're going to Just Sugar. You're going there. Time out for repetitiveness. We can do better than that. The whole point of, like, the Eyecatch. Just leave it the same if you're not gonna do anything. I love this Eyecatch because I love it when people do these, like, literal texture things. There's some artists in the Precure fandom whose name is I'm blanking on. They do these really cool illustrations where all the colors are not, like, just normal fills. They're all different textures that are really well coordinated, and they do such a good job. I have such a fondness for this, and I like that the backgrounds now are more complex. We don't have, like, our just gradients in the background. They start doing shapes, which they love their shapes. They love their mixed match of patterns and whatnot. Like, this is where we really up our game. It sounds it sounds confusing. I still don't know the abbreviation to this very day for number typing. It's confusing. Yeah, it's crazy. Fresh's Eyecatches are so good. They popped up. By the time me and my friend get to Yes 5, we'll be calling out the bluff. They have no names. It's like pop art style. Yeah. I love Fresh's Eyecatches. They're very pretty. I also like that they're doing the heart hands. They also do this thing that actually gets popularized way later in the future, which is doing the different colored line art instead of just having it either be like this brownish, pinkish black. But they do, like, they change the colors, and I like it a lot. They're very, very aesthetic. The switch, it's really nice. Like, this is just very pleasing in general. And then they just do a pose. Pretty generic. I love the, like, one of my other fondness for Precure is I love the framing. Like, this kind of, like, both complex but also somewhat simplistic, stripped down framing that they do for stuff is very, very, like, chef's kiss to me. It just gives that level of whimsy that I want. And of course, I love our chibis. I love when they do the chibi frame too, where they're like, they always go, yay, 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 because they do it a lot in the title sequences, which is another one I would like to do. I need to make the tier list for it, but I would love to do title cards, because I also think the title cards are incredibly pretty for seasons. I love the Fresh Eyecatches, exactly. Freshes are so iconic in my opinion. I think they're very memorable too. I have a lot of happiness. I'll put you in donut. You spark the joy. All right, next. All right, so this is, I will say, it is a recycling. And we had to add Setsuna. They had to add Setsuna, to be fair. All right, this is new. Oh, I love this box. This box is the bane of my existence, though, because the little, like, I don't even know what they're supposed to be, like, the little light bulb crystals, they fall out every time, and I have to rearrange them, and it's such a pain. Like, right now they're sitting in the box holding on for dear life, because they don't really click in there, they just kind of sit on top of it. But the box is really fun. And we got the chibis again. I also like the thick line art. It's very poppy. I think if they all they need to do is add a drop shadow and it will look like it'll look like scrapbook. Like they have a drop shadow on the title. See how it like kind of looks more pronounced. Very, very strong fondness. All right, it may have been repetitive, so I will have to put it a tier down, but it's still very fond of it. Sparks joy. Oh yes, please. I used the chibi as thumbnail for the second version of Eyecatches. Funny enough, it's good. The music box. The music box, which the music box has a fun design, but boy howdy does it not have a great physical design. Oh my god, we're getting into Heartcatch. I'm so excited. Heartcatch is like the queen of pop art. Like, you remember how I was saying the drop shadow? This is it. Like, it really, like, it feels like you're in, it feels like a scrapbook. And, like, the fact that they kind of get very stencily with the art, very sketchy looking. Oh, it feels so good. These spark so much joy. And then we still do that, like, image rotation thing that's, they're fond of in the franchise, but this, like, the queen of the one where it's, like, they take images and split them in half instead of just having the one image rotate. Kind of like revolving doors, and I've always had a very big fondness for that. Also, just like all these are like, they show off the outfits because it's the outfit season on top of being the floral season. It's very, very cute. I have such a fondness. The Heartcatch ones are so adorable. It's so much happiness with it. It's my favorite season too. It's a good choice. Like, that's so cute. I really love them. They're goofy, silly, and it's super sweet. Oh, I also like they also one thing Precure loves to do, which I think they took from Utena, also being a Toei anime, is the rotation. I love it whenever they rotate stuff. Like the little flower motifs, any like circular object that they do that rotates, whether it be a doily, a flower, very, very cute. I love, it's one of the, again, the motif of these that I just have such a fondness for them. Putting in wedding cake because it just makes me really happy. I also just realized with these rotations, is it rounded? Do they? Oh, these are beveled for some reason. Interesting. Can't wait to see you put GoPre's in top tier again. Don't call me out like this. I have to remember what the ones for that are. I know what's going to be the like number one for me. I think is the second Eyecatch for Hirogaru. I think is my number one. This is so cute. I love the cures in different outfits. Right? It's very precious. Yeah, these are interestingly rounded. I wonder if they're 3D green screened objects in order to pull it off. Yeah, I like that they're all scenes from the anime. A level of animation always had to a level of animation had to go into these. It's very cute. Like, it's just, I don't know, maybe this generation is where I like, it feels like Eyecatches. Like, this feels like the standard for Eyecatches. But do I like it as much as the first time? Because it does recycle a little bit. I might demote it to Donut for the second one, just because it's a little repetitive on the first one, with minimal differences. Go Princess is one where, oh, they're doing Puffloo's hairstyle. That's right. Heartcatch, Hirogaru Sky's one with the floating cloud aesthetic is my number one. It's so good and it's such an aesthetic. But we're jumping ahead. I'm getting ahead of myself. I like the off-screen frame. I like the usage of like the musical notes and everything and the scoring. And then I do actually remember the tones' existence. And I only remember their names because they're both in color and solfege order. And Hummy. It's cute. This one's cute. I also, like, we're not playing the music, obviously, but the little doo-doo at the end of this was always something I have a fondness for. It's one of those images you can hear. Again, I like that we're on the pseudo chibi. On the cupcakes. Also, don't let your cats eat cupcakes, everybody. Don't poison your cats, please. Like, this is adorable. Like, this, like, look how goofy. Oh, you can't see it because it's slightly off screen. I'm gonna come in here. We're gonna come in here and we're gonna make it work. Look at the little goofy Hummy. Look at her. I hate that it rescales my screen. We're just gonna have to bear with it. This is my life. I'm gonna have to rescale it again in a minute. Yeah, whatever. Okay, fine. Fondness for it. Do. Old Eyecatch is good and nostalgic. So true. I can't wait to see you and Idol's Eyecatches. Man, the two ones that we have now are really good. They're really good. Sweet's Eyecatches are so silly. They both look so smug and happy. Smuggest cat in the universe, confirmed. I like this one. I think it's very solid. These ones are pretty consistent, but it's definitely like they have the Eyecatches based on adding the characters. It's cute. It's adorable. It sparks joy. The piano, oh my god, I do love the piano. Fun fact, I don't know how to open my piano. I don't remember how to open this thing, so it's been stayed closed for a while now. I know it opens. I know that this big gym is in there. Girl, I don't remember how to open it. I need to remember. I don't know if it's stuck. I might have broke it. I think my favorites are the Star Twinkle ones. I'm super biased because it's my favorite season. That's so fair. That's really fair. Homie doesn't believe in harmless food. That's true. Neither does Puridun. Hirogaru Sky are my favorite Eyecatches, for sure. 2 and 4. Yeah, I love the piano. The piano is so cute. Again, I like this pseudo chibi. This is a good one. I also, going back on this, go back. All right, don't you unmute yourself. That was really rude. No one asked. What was I gonna say? Oh, I like that the box is floating here. Very stupid, very dumb, very easy to do. I like that the box is floating. Little piano is floating. Happy, 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 happy. Sweet is among the best openings. So true. So insanely true. Okay, next one. Eyecatch. Also, I didn't do this before. And I don't know if it's going to give the whole playlist. Or if it's just going to do this. I should have probably put in the Eyecatch playlist so you guys can follow along. Copyright Ninjas attack. I think they're going to bop me anyways for the visuals. But I don't know if they're going to... I think they bop harder for music. So I'm trying not to do the music. Because, like, if they bop me for visuals, they just, like, will be like, you can't make any revenue, but I'm not monetized yet, so it doesn't matter. But I think if the music's there, they'll shut down the stream, which I do not need that happening. I also like this because it reminds you that the module is supposed to double as like a flute kind of deal. Though, to be fair, the real one does not do that. Like, they don't do anything fluty about it. They could have, like, thrown in a little kazoo situation there, but it does not. It's also flat. It's not like, this is kind of like, they make it sharper than it is. It's pretty, like, rectangular on the real one. But yeah, little humming. And then we have the return. We watched this. Oh, right, no, we didn't watch this one. We just added it. If it's the same one I used, I do not have all of them. Some are horrible quality. Yeah. Ellen just being happier is... First one's like, I'm not a phase, I'm evil phase. True. Do you think that the Kingdom Hearts or Kingdom Heart is a shoujo series? Actually, it has a manga. I don't know where it's published, though. That would answer that question pretty definitively. Where's the Kingdom Hearts manga published? Manga. Who published that? Who did that? Well, first of all, Disney did it. Okay, they did it with... The American one is Tokyo Pop. Who published it in Japan? It tells me the German serialization. Shout out to Germany having the Egmont anime and manga publication. Where is it published here? Oh, it also got published with Yen, I guess when Tokyo Pop kind of stopped existing. Oh, it was in Genkan Shonen Gangan. So yeah, it's a shonen series according to where it's published. For people who don't know, I know that's going to be confusing real quick. Things like shonen, shoujo, josei, and seinen. And there's the other one that's the children one that I never remember. Those are not something that's flexible. They're not like a vibe check kind of thing. Don't ask me why Japan does this. It's stupid, in my opinion. But I didn't make the rules. Those things are decided by the manga publication, and for some reason all the formats follow whatever the manga does, even if the manga is not the original format. Like, if something was a novel, and it was a novel meant for, like, a female demographic, if it gets published in a seinen magazine, then it's a seinen. It's super dumb. Don't ask me why. An example of that, a victim of that, would be, what's it called? The Apothecary Diaries. Apothecary Diaries, the original novel, is meant for, like, not older, but, like, kind of YA women leaning, but the manga ended up getting published seinen. Actually, there's two mangas, but I think both of them are seinen, and so it's denoted as seinen. Don't ask me why that's the way the manga industry works. I think it's super dumb, but yeah, stuff like calling something a shonen or a seinen is not something like you can feel out and just kind of assigned to in the same way that we can just say something is like male leaning demographic, female leaning demographic, whatever. Those are very much like sharply chosen demographics. So yeah, in terms of Kingdom Hearts, it is canonically, because the manga in Japan was published with Genkan Shonen Gangan, it's a shonen series. Apothecary Diaries is like that, yeah. That's one of the big things that came out when the Apothecary Diaries started airing, is everybody started calling it a shoujo, which it's not. It's denoted as a seinen because it was published in a seinen magazine. But like at the same time, that series is very much meant for like originally a female-leaning audience, because that's what the author's intention was. But heaven forbid we go with the novel. Like at the end of the day, the publications where stuff is published, it can be kind of arbitrary. Like, it doesn't really mean, like, it doesn't hold that much weight, especially nowadays, if something is denoted as a shonen or a seinen or whatever. Because, like, for example, Princess Tutu, something that was an anime made for little girls. It was an anime first. It got a manga second. It got published in a shonen manga serialization, because they are the ones who bidded for the manga and ended up winning the rights to it and ended up publishing it with their magazine because they paid for it. They won the rights to it and they published it there. And shonen manga and shonen publications do make more money than like Nakuyoshi and stuff like that, because they just, more boys are into nerdy hobbies. But like, obviously no one's sitting here being like, yeah, Princess Tutu is made for the boys, you know? Like, it's a very confusing process, and I do not fault people for not fully understanding that, because I see people all the time call things the wrong stuff. Like, I think somebody did a romance list the other day where they called it shoujo, but shoujo is not romance. It's a demographic, but people don't know that. It's like, it's very hard to know stuff like that. But they were putting in things like Kaguya-sama Love is War. That's a shonen series. I'm almost positive that's a shonen series. It might be a seinen, but it's definitely not a shoujo series by any means. Like, just because it's romance does not mean it is for the girls. We can always recycle X's shonen anime and X's anime joke, the plague of the early 2010s. I hated that era. It's still a thing now. Yeah, I think, honestly, this is one of those things. Just like how Toei like makes it very hard to figure out what's going on with Meridon and Puridun, it's Toei's fault, not necessarily the fandom. It is absolutely it's the Japanese industry being the worst thing in the universe that like has very weird ways of deciding its demographics, that all of us just sit here like we're confused. Sometimes I think it's not confusing. Like, if somebody calls Apothecary Diaries a shoujo, I'm like, that's fair. That's totally fair. It was originally meant for a female audience. But, when other people will sit there and look at, like, Darling in the Franxx and call it a shoujo, I'm like, okay, you couldn't be more wrong, though. You could not be more wrong on that one, though. That one's for the boys. That one's definitively for the boys, though. Oh my god, I'm obsessed with Eyecatches. I love this idea. Eyecatches are phenomenal. We're having a good time. We got a little off track, but we're coming back. Eyecatches are so lovely. But Kingdom Hearts feels that way because of shoujo tropes. I feel like it's very middle of the road for me. I feel like there's certain things that that series does that are really appealing to boys, and I think there's stuff that that series does that's appealing to girls. I think that one's like, it doesn't lean too far one direction for me. But I think you could obviously make an argument for whichever in that regard. But I do feel like so much of the series, like with Sora being the protagonist, and he's like, oh my god, you know, boys like pirates! I feel like it does stuff like that. But obviously, like, for example, when Aqua's the main character, that tends to be a little bit more appealing to girls. At least, like, it's easier to put that in the category gender sometimes. Other times you can have it be the other way around. I'm going on such a rant. Doki Doki's first Eyecatch is one of my faves too. Wonderful Eyecatch 3 might be my fave. Ooh, we gotta get along. We gotta keep going. We've got so far to go. We have all 5 of Smile. Is it 5 or 6 for Smile? It's a lot. We'll get to it. All right, you. I'm going to put you back with everybody else because I think it's pretty much on par with being similar to the other ones and equally as enjoyable. All right, Smile. We're going to do all the Smiles together. Or I might just do Happy. Or will you have them separate? We'll do them separate. I do like the little, there's a word for it, where it like rotates panels and then comes in. That's it. I also like the framing. It's better seen this way. I like the framing here where you can see each individual, like, these little hand-drawn symbols of things in the series. What are they called? This is not the decors. Is this the season with decors? Smile, I think, had the decors. I forget what they're called in, Doki Doki. Yeah, we got a long way to go. I know. Was talking more about people barely know when it's a shonen is what's an actual anime because DBC or what has been going on for 2010. It's weird. The whole system's just dumb. The whole system's dumb, so it's very hard to have a conversation about it. Can't believe Smile Precure is 13 years old. It's my favorite season and my favorite Eyecatches and endings. Aww. It is decor. Thank you. Thank you. Smiles are like 13 because they do a second version in the super forms. Oh my god. Smile's so extra. Yeah. I can't say I would really rank them much different since like it's like just the characters are different and at that point it'd just be favoritism to which character. I think they're all pretty cute. I think these are, for the most part, adorable. I like the slot. I like that they're chibi-formed. It's very adorable. And also, just, like, I liked the randomness of the season. For Smile. Like, just, like, the Jongkin Pawn. There's so many little tiny things that they, like, sort of, randomized in the series, though it's not quite random because they always, like, selectively chose it based on what was going on in the episode. But, like, I like that we don't know what's gonna be this week kind of deal. So I think I'll put this in Cookie with Icing. I think it's just solid. And then I might bring down, I might bring these down one tier. Not that far down. Bring them, see, this is the problems. I'm gonna bring it down, because I think I put these higher than these guys, but there's still a fondness for them. This is the struggle. Alright, and then we have the powered up forms. Which, oh my god, the clock is so pretty. I love this. It's huge. I will be honest, this takes up a lot of space in my boxes, but like, this is one of the prettiest. So much of this season had really good designs for its toys. This is becoming a toy review. I also, one of my favorite power-ups. I just think like the way they handled this, artistically speaking, design-wise. Mwah, loved it. Loved it. I love how there are always Smile characters being put in the Eyecatches. Yeah, Five Girls, no actual thoughts in the brain. Did Candy and Pop get their world safe? I know the save on Dove. Haven't watched Smile proper yet. It's on my laptop, ready in 6 months. Oh, so you've seen Glitter Force then? Yeah, I tried to watch Glitter Force, but it was a little as somebody who will, if you watch Smile first, it's very hard to watch Glitter Force, but I do value Glitter Force's ability of getting people into the franchise. The toy looks so huge. It's pretty large. It's not the biggest, but she's like, I would say my hand would fit on these handles itself. This is like 4 nobles' hands tall. Me and my tiny hands being a completely terrible point of reference. But it's 4 noble hands tall. I'm measuring it like it's a pony. Alright. Yeah, they're fun. Super fun. I'm happy. I really like the frame. I like the kind of, they do the little show background. Okombe. It's cute. Yeah, if you watch Smile first, it's almost impossible to watch Glitter Force. Yeah, I don't mind. Like, I do have to put this out here in terms of dubs. I don't hate completely that dubs will change the names for characters when it's for kids. Like, hot take, I like the name changes for almost all of them in the Deke dub for Sailor Moon, because I think, like, for example, Usagi sounds dumb in English for a kid, and changing it to Serena when she's Princess Serenity, that works. It was a smart decision. I think all the names were smart decisions, except Rei. Why did they change a name that's spelled R-E-I to R-A-W, or R-A-Y? Like, kids can handle Rei in English. You didn't have to change the spelling. You didn't actually change the name at all. Don't know why they did that. It was crazy. I don't mind the name changes. I hate Glitter Force because they added a bunch of endings and openings for, or I think it was just the endings, but they commissioned like really terrible endings when we have 2 very well animated endings. And I was just like, use the 2 that are there. You don't need to make 15 more. It's a waste of money. And then I don't like the editing. I don't know why they butchered episodes. Like, I get censoring some things that, like, either don't make too much sense for kids or, like, are too aggressive for kids. Like, they got rid of March's plotline where she, doesn't like ghosts and stuff because it was a little too intense. And I kind of get maybe doing that and being like, we want this to go for a very young audience and we don't want to jump scare them or anything. I can kind of get that. But then, like, completely, like, rewriting the entire beginning of the show and being like, they made some very weird edits that are an absolute waste of time and money. You don't need to completely chop it up when it's a pretty coherent kids show to begin with. Hello, Marcos. How are you today? I think Glitter Force is hard not to. It's hard to watch, not so much for the dub, but for the editing and the choices they make. Exactly. Eyecatches time. Let's go, Eyecatches! Just look for some Satoru merch and his movie acrylic. If I want to get it, came. Oh my god. I can't tell. I'm so bad. Is that 80 euros or 80 pounds? Yeah, it's way too spency. Way too spency. The acrylics are a nightmare to get because I still want to get the Halloween acrylics from Hirogaru Sky, but I just know that's never going to happen. Fresh Precure is among my top favorites. It's got a really good eye catch. I agree that some of the names shouldn't be translated from the original Japanese and English stuff. I think that the names can stay congruent if it's like an adult series. Like obviously with something like Freerun, you don't need to rename all the characters. But when it comes to like some of the children's ones, like in the same way that if a show went to Japan, like an American show, and some character's name was like Alexandra or something, that name sucks in Japanese just to pronounce. They can change that. Name her Sakura if it makes you happy. I don't have any problems with renaming it for kids shows, as long as the name isn't too stupid. But most of the time the names are like, they think about the names a little bit. Some of them I think are silly, but they're fine. And I also think like the Cure names were fine. Like Cure Happy, obviously, even if it's an English word, it sounds like a dumb name in English. Like the concept of happiness and stuff is just culturally different in the way that they handle the word, so it doesn't sound dumb in Japanese if they had like Cure Shiawase or something like that. Anyways, gotta get back on topic. We got too many. I know I'm getting on such a rant, and I do have to go to dinner tonight. I'm trying to stay on point. I just want to make sure I'm not forgetting anybody in chat. It was on Saban being out of touch. You go from Power Rangers, and when not on a day when it begins with the letter Y, treating it like a Saban's dub for Smiling Doki Doki, yeah. Well, Satoru plush is 13. Hey, 13 pounds, there you go. Hello, I'm doing good, thanks, just excited for next Sunday for the Walking with Dinosaurs on BBC. Ooh, that sounds fun. Making dinosaur-themed Precures. We deserved, like, I know they'll never do it, but dinosaur-themed would be so, so fun. Digimon treat us like a gag dub until Digimon Adventure Try. By the time they don't have the rights. Yeah, I think there's the way that dubbing has changed over time. And I also think we've put more emphasis on like dubbing and stuff is taking a little more seriously. It was kind of just like a cheap thing to do back and then. Not counting ship. Hana working in both Japanese and English really mess with my brain. And Futari was dub. I still sometimes accidentally called Honoka Hana. That's fair. Or I guess it was Hannah for that one because it was the Canadian dub, I believe, did Hannah. Not me pronouncing it the Japanese way. Anyways, this one I'm going to just put it on the same tier. I think it's good. It's a little repetitive. They didn't do too much changes, but you know, they get changey as we go on. All right. I know I'm 90% sure it was Trace who said that Doki Doki was your fave, so here we are. Also, I realize every time I've been commenting these frames, I don't think you guys can see it because it gets cropped, but I do like the frame. The frame is very pleasing. I do hate this. I hate this because why is she bottle feeding the child in that, like, I hate this. I hate the parent. I hate that they do the parenting thing. It's like it's my pet peeve. We know this. I always hated this eye catch because why is she in like a freaking grandma armchair feeding a baby? I like the way the characters are animated in. I hate the baby. This is great. This eye catch, phenomenal. This part of it, great. It's the baby that I hate. I'm so sorry. My baby ran. Oh no, Trace, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Funimation dubbing is one of the best, in my opinion. Wish that Funimation would be interested in Precure seasons. Well, Funimation got eaten by Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll bought Funimation. But I really liked Funimation. I think Funimation, from where we were with 4Kids and like Saban, I think Funimation came in there and said, we're going to take dub seriously. And like, we're going to treat this with some more respect than we used to. And we're not going to just like, you know, there's just the mentality in America of taking international properties and being like, yoink, I'm going to redo it my way. And I hate that. I think we've gotten much more respectful towards the source material. And I think we've also matured that kids can handle more stuff than we think they can. I like the Doki Doki Eyecatches. You hate that? I hate the baby. Like, the rest of it's really good. I like, visually, it's great. I love the wallpaper. I love the way that the girl's, like, walking and everything. It's literally just, like, I don't know why the central focus has to be her baby feeding. Or, like, feeding the baby. We hate the baby caring. It's my pet peeve. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Trace is gonna unfriend me after all of this. I like the music tune of this Eyecatch. I wish I could play the music, but yeah, the music for this is great. All of the like kind of orchestral stuff with like the violins and the trumpet. The Eyecatch music is one of my favorites. 3D Precure Eyecatches would be interesting. It would be. They kind of do that. Not really an Eyecatch, but like they do the 3D dance lessons at the end of episodes or like previews and stuff. Not the baby. I can find a black pepper plush for $4 a plush. Get that plushie. Get that plushie. All right. Besides the fact that Trace has seen themselves out at my absolute disrespectful talk here, I will put this up like visually. It's good. If we censor the baby, it's even better. Ai-chan scares me. Not joking. I think that thing could destroy the world. You're not wrong. I also think Ai-chan is the ugliest baby. Out of all the baby-esque characters we've had thus far in the franchise, Ai-chan I still think is the ugliest one. I think it's her jumper. It just looks ugly. But then again, I take that back. If we're going to include other series outside of this, I think the baby, what's her name? She's Hana, isn't she? In Do-Re-Mi. Her baby form is ugly. Ugly BB. We're bullying children now. That's what my channel's become. I hope we can get a Precure dub on Crunchyroll. That would be phenomenal, but I don't like. There's like really popular shonen series that don't even have dubs or like take forever to get dubs. So I think like it will be a ways away for Precure. My only fear with Precure getting dubbed is that Toei sucks nowadays when it comes to dubbing because they have so many terrible rules. Like, I'm not gonna lie, my hottest take. The Crystal dubbing, especially for the movies, was really bad. I hate some of the direction that they went for the dubbing, specifically like with scripting. Like the fact that they all kept honorifics and names, stop doing that. But Toei is very hands-on about it and they ruin stuff. So I'm like, the dub's gonna be different in a different way. Like the fact like running around and being like, Tsubomi-chan, it's time for us to do stuff, and I'm like, voice actors cannot pronounce the word Chan correctly to save their life. And it's grating to listen to. I'm worried about a dub. I need a dub from a third-party company that will treat it normal. And not let Toei tell them what to do. Who is the cutest? Cutest is probably... L. Elle, I think, is probably the cutest. I think she has a pretty design. But it's her hair. Her hair makes it better. She's not borderline bald like the other babies could be. Ranking the Precure babies? Absolutely not. We'll be here. There'll be a nightmare if I do that. The world will burn if I go on that rant. I would love a very good and faithful Go Princess English dub. Oh, God, I would love it too. If they could just be good. I hate all the Precure babies. We understand. Tsubomi-chan! I can't if they did that. Like, I'm sorry, I cannot listen to the new Sailor Moon movies without just absolutely cringing. With like Ami-chan. Like, Mamo-chan makes sense because that's his nickname. But like, when they're like, Minako-san and Makoto-chan, I'm like, oh, stop saying it with the honorifics. For the love of God, put those away. Just say their names. That was Bid and Todd Hapercorn. Jadeite was one of them who wanted to bring honorifics back. I believe it was... I think they had an interview where they talked about Toei was very... Like, Toei had been so upset about the way that, like, the original Deke dub of Sailor Moon had gone, that they had mentioned in an interview that Toei had really strict guidelines and they wanted to include the honorifics. I have to find the interview where that happened, but I do believe that was Toei's fault. But yeah, the honorifics are absolutely abysmal to listen to. Anyways, Doki Doki Eyecatch number 2! Woo! Oh, I love this. This is cute. I like the crayon, like, unveiling. I think that's really adorable. I like that. I love it whenever anime do, like, this sketchy style of, like, it. Like, the last frame for most episodes will do some kind of, like, pencil test kind of illustration, and it's very pretty. I have such a fondness when series do that, or when series are like, I drew a picture, and then they just, like, do this kind of, like, sketchy texture on top of it. That's a sweet spot for me. I absolutely love it. I just love Tsubomi and Erica. You have no idea how awful they are in Portuguese. See, that's what I'm saying. Because they need to use the English terms. Like, Serenity is Yeah, Serenity is called Princess in the Portuguese. Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying. Okay, so Trace is going. Heartcatch deserves a new season with him grown up. I'd love that. Smile too. I heard your comment about the first Eyecatch. Girl, I'm sobbing. Had to have a good cry. I'm so sorry. Smile Precure needs a sequel season. Honestly, a good bunch of them could use a sequel season. My only fear with the sequel season for Heartcatch is that technically speaking, they're supposed to like have Tsubomi's sister be the new cure, and I'm like, I'm gonna need you to retcon that. I hate you. Ah! But yeah, I like this for the most part. The second half of it's super good, and they obviously like I like this one because there's less baby. There's a little bit of baby, but there's less baby. I like I like it when they do the spinning flower thing in the background. It's very Nico Nico video style. But honorifics and dub varies, but most of them drop them. Yeah, because they don't make sense in the other languages. Like, that's the, like, I'm like, I get trying to keep things literal from an original dub, but there needs to be a little bit of localization. And that localization is dropping the honorifics. Like, imagine, like, if they try to do it super literally and they're like, Miss Makoto, my bestie. I'm like, please stop. Oh my god. Go Princess needs an Otona series. Absolutely. Absolutely agree. She dissed Doki Doki's ending out there. Did I diss the ending? Did I diss the Doki Doki ending? I thought I rated that one pretty high. I think the second one is not as good, but I thought I liked Doki Doki's first ending. I thought that ranked pretty high. Maybe I'm misremembering my own opinions. Man, this live is getting funny. I'm laughing. I can see my ship of Kanata and Haruka. That's the truth, though. They deserved better. If we're gonna talk about, like, the one straight ship that I feel like should have been sailing, it's that one. Ugh. Haruka and Kanata deserve better, and I'm still salty about it. Anyways, yeah, the Doki Doki 2 is better. We rank that higher. It was a good one. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go as high and put it in donut. Girl, second I turned around and hear you say it needs localization, I'm in here. Did she say vocalization? Damn, I'm on board. Might be onto something. We need to rename it. That made me remember that in the Latin Spanish dub in the 90s, Chibiusa was spelled the little lady, but then in Crystal, they didn't translate that and it sounds so out of place. Interesting. I actually kind of want to hear. Now I'm curious what the hot like dub takes are for other languages. That's actually super interesting. I wonder like I always hear about the German dub for Naruto. If you guys don't know that rabbit hole, absolutely look that up. That one's hilarious. That one's just funny. Love Live School Idol Project Season 1 and 2 are really good English dubs. Wished it was like Glitter, wished it was like them in Glitter Force. That's fair. I didn't realize that Love Live got dubs. I wonder if they've dubbed the other ones, because I really liked Sunshine. Still waiting for Art Precure season. That's so true. I'm like, that's gotta be the next one. We deserve an art season. I think of every season that I have ever like wanted there to be a theme of, I wanted one to be solely art. I want it to be so art themed. That's my pastel weather. Let's do pastel weather, double meaning for the word pastel because it's like pastels and then like pastel colored. Pastel weather Precure art season. I wrote it for you, Toei. Go ahead, make it happen. I'm trying to imagine the English voice actresses can do voices for Tsubomi and Erika. Ooh, a fan cast would be very fun. I think Monica Riel is a great candidate for Erika. I'm on. I see the vision. Go Princess coming up soon. Prepare yourself for wedding cake, dude. The shade. We deserve an art season. Exactly. It'd also be nice to get the Go Princess sequel. We know how I feel about Go Princess. We know how I feel about Go Princess. Happiness Charge. Here we go. Happiness Charge is cute. I like the background a lot. This like kind of fun little like it's got a little bit of a stipple inside of it. It's cute. I like that they do this patch thing. Like, again, they're using the drop shadow, as I insist we do. This was cute, and it's chibi. It's all chibiified. This season had a lot of fun with chibis. This background's super cute. It's got their symbols, and it doesn't look terrible. Like, because I feel like these symbols for each of them are so, like... This is one of those seasons where, like, themage is kind of out the window. But it works here, and it looks really cute. I think they did a good job for what, like, visually can be a pain. I'm very happy. A donut here. Trying to keep up with shot. Pastel weather 2026. That's what I'm saying. We just got the leaks too early. Pastel weather 2026. So for the two recent, they dubbed High School Project Sunshine, and the third one, I think. Oh, I gotta check that out. I'm curious about that. I'm waiting for my PL Precure season or a male duo. See, oh, that'd be so fun. I wish they did an anime for the Dancing Star. So bad. I want an anime. I want an anime cameo at the very least. Throw me a bone. Art Precure, but Cure, Prism, and Peace make guest appearances for their books. They both made that be so... I'd love a crossover with Prism and Peace. That would be so sweet. I've always wanted a sequel to Go Princess. We got a lot of Go Princess lovers in here. Don't tell Trace. She'll get you. I love the Happiness Charge one. They're so silly. They're so silly. It's so cute. That's the second one? Okay, guys, you're so right. Okay. I stand by my assertion. We'll rate this properly. I love this. I like this doopy. There's like the little derpy style for their chibis. The derp, I like it. I have a fondness for little derpiness. Look at a little derpy princess. It's so cute. This one was fun because look at them. They're so whimsy. I love it. It's really cute. It's really cute, and the background's really pretty at the end. This background I think is really cute. I like the feathers. I like it's got kind of a sketchy aesthetic to it. This is very precious. It's very precious. Very sweet bean. Also up there. I'm very happy with it. I'm not a co-recipe. Fair enough. Chibi Happiness Charge. They still have no thoughts. Talking about the three of them who use their costumes chasing Kimi. Cure Art and Cure Inspire, like, we're writing it. We're writing Pastel Weather right here, right now. When it's an artist and one can paint. Exactly. In Brazil, paste is a fried pasta inspired from Chinese foods and it's delicious food here. So every time I hear pastel, oh my god, it makes me want to eat one since Friday. We gotta get you the good pasta. It's so interesting. I kind of want to know what that is now. That sounds delicious. I'm already getting hungry. And I had to snack before here because I always get hungry during stream. But I know I'm going to have a big dinner tonight. I'm going fancy tonight for dinner. Interesting fact, my first viewing of the OG Futari, I watched it dubbed. Oh, did you watch the Canadian dub? As I had no idea that the series wasn't dubbed. That's so fair, though. I think I found the dub, like, years later, and I was like, I watched it once. I don't think I'm prepared to watch all of it again right now. In Brazil, yes, the pasta. This Eyecatch is just a whole vibe of Happiness Charge. I love it. I'm glad we're getting some love for Happiness Charge. All right. Go Princess. Okay. Okay, before we get ahead, let me think. Give me a moment of pause. I like the backgrounds. I think they're fun. I say that on everyone. Also, we have my best girl, the doily. Like, if there's anything that you just want to be like, ooh, Miss T is gonna like it, you just stick a doily in there. I love a good doily. In the past, I imagined Cardcaptor Sakura crossover with Heartcatch Precures between different dimensions. That would be fun. Hungry will be hungry by the 2 food seasons. God, we haven't even gotten to the food. I like that they all pop in like this. I love that they put in the perfume, because the perfume is another one. Other than the perfume being kind of like, I don't love how square it is. I wish it was skinnier like the Heartcatch perfume. But the perfume, the device is very cool. Like, the way that they make it look like it's filled up with liquid when it's not and everything is very clever. I have a big fondness for it. It does need a black outline, though. This 3D is looking worse than the earlier 3Ds. But it's very cute. Yeah, I like it. I know, there's not much to say. I love the doilies on all of them. I want to steal the art archive for this season and just get all the doilies and just have access to them. Me and my doilies! And start my doily army. It's cute. It's very cute. I wish she was moving at the end, though. She's just kind of sitting there. Let her blink. Let her blink. I'm actually not going to put this in wedding tier. I think I'm just going to put it in donut. I think it's a good one, but I don't know if it's #1. The perfume looks so weird. It looks a little funky, doesn't it? I'm a big fan of Go Prince, if anybody hasn't noticed. Puffa-chan! Hi, Nanigaski. Sorry, that's been stuck in my head. I prefer the chonky perfume over the slim one. That's so fair. That's totally fair. Alright. Numero dos. The only thing that's funky is I don't know why she's on a piano. I don't know why she's on a piano. This is not sweet Precure. The castle, I have a hate-love relationship with the castle because I accidentally ended up having 3 castles and I was like, these take up so much room. Like, I loved the castle initially, and then I owned 3 of them, and I was like, oh my god, there's too much castle. Too much castle in my life. I love this part, though. I love them jumping in, and then, girl, what can I say? Lace, doilies, Puff is a dog puppy. He's a little puppy dog. Little puppy dog. Yeah, Puff is a dog. Did I say it was a cat? Am I dumb? Am I having a moment? Puff would say sweet ending too. Also in Go Pre, they also say hairstyle for Puff-chan. Interesting. But yeah, I love my lace. I love that they come in there with their little, like, maid and butler outfits on. It's so silly. Again, I think this is a donut one for me, though. Nothing has really topped my fondness for Heartcatch thus far, but don't worry, we have very strong, like, honestly, Eyecatches just get stronger as the seasons go. They're very cute. We're back to the bracelet / necklace making ones. That's okay. I like the frame and I like the background a lot. This one was okay. Yeah, okay, so this is the one, yeah, you're right. This is where we start to not have a B. It's just the Heartcatch. The Eyecatch. See, I keep saying that. This is just like when I was trying to say ending last week and I kept saying opening. Cure Scarlet joined the party. Hope next season the leader of the art Precure is a rainbow one like Cure Summer. That'd be so cute. Hi, Prism! Are you late? No, we're like halfway through. We've been going so slow. We've been going so insanely slow. Oh my god. I've been yapping. Today's been a big yap day for me. This one's okay. I feel like it moves away from kind of like the abstractness that we've been doing, and I don't know if I love the like kind of series-based that it does for the beginning, where they're just like in the room and they're like by the jewelry maker. I also don't like the jewelry maker toys very much. Mahotsukai are giving Splash Star. Very true, very true. But even the Splash Star one I think was more fun because they threw in a couple more abstract thingies. Holy cow, the first tier list does not feature Go Princess in the wedding cake tier. The world is ending. Someone check if this is the real tea. She would never. Oh my goodness. I know, top 10 anime betrayals. This I like. We're back to the chibis. We're back to the chibis. We're back to an abstract background. Here we've got a wash, kind of like a watercolor paper wash. We're chibiing it up. See, that was fun. That one was like, it's dainty. And then I like that the way they brought in the logo is also with like the magical puff instead of like just doing the rotation that they normally do. I like that. That sparks joy. That's what I want in my Eyecatch. Put you up in brownie. Delightful. That's a well-rounded one. This one I like even more because the colors are passed out. I like that we go back to our sketchy, very like, at this point, the Petite Precure style. I like that we have these colored thick outlines. They're fun. It's goofy. It's silly. I like it better. Oh, the 3D is looking real bad on the carriage, though. Oh, sweet. Sweet Summer Child put an outline on that. Sweet Summer Child put an outline on that 3D. Oh, girl, they literally did, I don't know why they did the 3D better for the earlier Eyecatches. But girl, put an outline on that bad boy. And it looks so jarring having no outline and everything else has an outline. My hot take. This is my giant Precure hot take, is that they need to put outlines on their 3D objects, which they eventually do. They figure it out. This is pretty solid. Oh, I remember what the Cure ones are. I have a very big fondness for the Cure ones. I like this is so like this is like premium chibi energy. It does the whole like thick white outline with a drop shadow, so it looks like it's like a little sketchbook or like a little scrapbook. And they do it with the frame too. Like there's so much dimension to this image. Oh my god, I love it. So much fondness. The episode of Cinderella, I mean, Mofu Dorero is so adorable. No arguments. Absolutely, 100% agree. Precure's 3D is sometimes a jump scare. It really do be though. It's a little bit of a struggle bus. I'm not gonna lie. This is just so cute. Like I like it when it's a little gag. It's in the chibi form. It's using like a different type of kind of multimedia going on. So much fondness for this. And then on top of it, they're like, we may be a season about sweets, but don't forget to brush your teeth, kids. Love it. Love it. Ship it. Ship it, deliver it, take it to my house. Fast post haste. What's the word for it? Express delivery. I love it. This is a good one. I like it a lot. And then again, they keep the multimedia, but they completely redo it. Like it's not reused. Look at that spin. Like just look at that jolly little spin she has coming in. It's really cute. And then the donuts. I mean, it's a donut. You know, despite it being a donut, this is actually going to go in wedding tier. I think that's one of my favorite. I think that's absolutely one of my favorites. I know it belongs in the donut tier, but it made it to the wedding cake tier. Oh, I forgot the sandwich one is another one that I locked. It's very weird. This should be on Delicious Party. This should be the Delicious Party Eyecatch. But with the picnic, and then this should absolutely be what the Delicious Party Eyecatch should be. But it's very cute, too. I really like it. These are so precious. This is, oh god. See, this is what I would make my Eyecatch. This is what I'd make my Eyecatch. Something along those lines. I might use this as like a template for my Eyecatch. I gotta lock in on what I want to do for it. First food season, and then I have food, not feel hungry. True. Smooth animation. Exactly. The music for Kira's is good too. Exactly. I love Kira's Eyecatch, but I always hate how they never make one with Seal. That's true. There's not enough love for our additional cures. They deserve better. Okie dokie. I don't remember Hugtto at all. I do remember Hugtto now. Is this the Eyecatch? I thought this was the title. This is the Eyecatch, I guess. There was a baby. There was a baby! Officer, there was a baby! Jump scare baby! Jump scare baby! Jump scare baby. I take it down. I take it back. Jump scare baby. Your Honor, there was a baby. These ones are so just like okay. No, it's terrible. I take it back. That one was jump scare. These were there's a reason I don't remember them. IMO, they're so bad. They just don't do anything. Like it's just literally Hana hanging out with the baby. Hugtto's first one is my least fave. All right, we can agree on something. We've made a truce. Kira mentioned. Oh, you just missed the Kira stuff. That was delightful. The Kira ones, Kira Eyecatch are fantastic. Or see, this one's doing the bead thing. You know, this is the bead that I was talking about back from Splash Star. They do this in a couple of seasons, but this one's like the opposite direction. I don't like the iPad toy, but there's no baby. Like look at that, 0 baby. I'm gonna sit there and there's gonna be like an I Spy baby hidden in there. It's gonna be Where's Waldo, but the baby. This one's okay. It's okay, but it's not that great. Not a big fan of Hugtto, to be frank, but oh my god, the comic come back. I like the comedy, the 2 new Precures, and some of the songs. That's pretty much how I feel. I don't like how simple Heartcatch is. If I say Heartcatch one more time, Hugtto's Eyecatches are agreed. What colors would you like Kira's team to have? Me, pink, blue, red, gold. I'm a big proponent of... I'd like a season just to be, like, on an interesting side. I'd love, like, a pink, white, green. I think that'd be very fun. Pink, white, green, and, like, a mid-season blue. Have we had mid-seasons that are blue before, now that I think about it? We probably haven't, I'm just forgetting. I mean, I guess, Cosmo counts. No need to apologize. We allowed to have opinions in here. Imagine we had a crossover Precure season with crossover characters become Precure like Sonic or Kirby and Mario. They did that with the Butt series that I can't remember the name of. They did that in Wonderful Precure. With the butt ones. A butt character. Hugtto is the one I want to like the most. That's fair. I love Hugtto, but damn, the aesthetic for this season is all over the place. Yeah, it's the ones that don't have an airtight aesthetic kind of suffer. I do feel like Imiru and Voodoo took too much time from Homode and definitely Saya. Oh my god. I think the writers just don't like Saya. Nintendo and Toei Animation, they've done some little bit of collab with each other, but I think they're very protective of their IPs. Yeah. Cure, Beat and Cosmo. Okay, yeah, you're right. Beat was also a mid-season. Well, I remember there was a spam comment going around about hating L-chan, but again, there was a spam comment on videos hating Soroso. Yeah, it's complex. Cosmo is a rainbow, technically. Yeah, hers is weird, because she's like, isn't she like Mihoshi Blue for the movie? Or like that one episode? I can't remember who's the movie or that, but she's like, well, to some degree she's blue, so sometimes she's rainbow. Heaven for, like, and there's another moment where it's Toei's fault. Just blame Toei. Just blame Toei. Yuki may count. Oh, that's true. Yuki, yeah. Yuki would kind of fall in that category as well. You're so right. Sayo got justice in All Stars F. Yeah, she actually, like, did. I'm glad that she got some kind of that. Yeah, Crayon Shinchan. That's such a... It's hard to say back to back. Sayo's my favorite from Hugtto, but yeah, I can get why. Yeah. Yeah. Did I rate this yet? Wait, there was the baby? The baby was in the beginning? This... Oh, no, this is the next one. If they had 4? You get 4. This is awful. This is awful. She may have a cute rain jacket on that makes her look a little bit better from that god-awful hairstyle. But, like, well, these guys are not animated at all. They're just falling. They're just rotating them. Why are these not animated? They should fall. Why is, like, what's the animation doing here? Like, not only does this have a baby, but we didn't even animate it. And, like, they do a little bit of the ploop-plop animation here. No. Disagree. Cookie with icing. Like, I remember I praised cookie with icing before. Maybe we need to move things up. No, actually, I moved this down. That's easier than trying to move all of these up. Cookie with icing was too nice. You're actually getting super moved down. You guys are going to Just Sugar. I don't know why I'm trying to pretend that you don't belong in Just Sugar. Not the baby. It's so cute. It's cuter. But I've got hard feelings. It's before SSBU. I'm so lost. My ability to keep up with chat is fading. I feel so bad for L-chan, like, just let her live in peace for 1 second. Her character's interesting. I'm just joining the stream, but I think that Chibi Nagi-san Futariwa's second Eyecatch is still my profile picture on my Oculus Quest 2. Ooh, we love VR chat. So spare the expenses on the budget. I know this is, what is that? What are they doing here? What is that? Like, they literally, like, they don't even cut, like, watch. I'm gonna psychoanalyze this. All right, let's get to it. Okay, look, they pop in. They don't even do, like, a little, like, pew. They just go, boop. Like, this is terrible. This is terrible. Like, at least, like, where is the animation? Where did our budget go? This was the anniversary season. I know y'all had dollary dues for this one. Just saying, I already worried the day that the international fans seeing threats. Hopefully the baby mascots aren't removed from Precure. Almost got hit. I don't think Toei cares remotely what the international fans care about at all. Like, the babies, and like, Japanese fans too also talked about, like, their feelings on the babies, and we're like, can we stop having babies multiple seasons in a row? Like, we're not the only ones who feel that way. But yeah, I can tell you, Toei does not care about any of our opinions regarding the Precure franchise at all. They sit there, they see a, like, wall of English, and they're like, I can't read that, and ignore us. The only time they care about us is when they want to blame us for leaks, but they genuinely, whatever opinions Western fans have, they do not care. We are not their target audience remotely, so they do not care about our opinions. At least Hugtto is cuter than Ai-chan. That's true. Not by much, but it's true. The way you describe their fall makes it funnier and more ridiculous than it is. It's so whatever. Like, what is this? Is bad. That's bad. That's bad, and I stand by it. All right. Oh, I also like Star Twinkles. Star Twinkles are fun. These because they go back to the pseudo chibis where it's not quite chibied. I love the framing. Framing's very cute, very seasoned. I like the little puff clouds. See how they sit here and transition? You see how they didn't just bloop into existence? They do a little, like, cloud poof. And, like, we're gonna take it. We're gonna beat by beat this. Like, this cloud has multi-frame animation. It's not just a still cloud the entire time. It has got, I think it's, what, 5 frames? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 frames for that. 6 frames that are doubled up for the cloud animation. You know how many frames they have for the transition of them coming out of the sky? 0. 0, because they didn't animate it. Feedback to Toei. They ain't gonna listen. They don't care. If Toei cared about international fans, said we had actual Precure merchant stores and actual like accessible ways to get the merchandise, true. Yeah, I mean the most they've thrown a bone is Big Bad Toy Store and To Collectibles, and that's about it. I will say I did find the Q-Poskets a million years ago for the Fresh Girls at Kinokuniya, but that's a Japanese-esque store that's just in America. The Kirby is genderless in Japan, so his cure form would be androgynous. Oh, that's a good point. This one is curious, not bad in my opinion. I'm crazy about Star Twinkle's coloring. I think the coloring's really nice. Like, for the series being such a departure from the more, like, kind of toned down colors of the franchise, I think between, like, Kira and then Star Twinkle going all in on just being, like, pastel is such a fun choice. It makes me so happy. I love the art style. It's so good. Star Twinkle, I just go to the Cure Cosmo reveal. Gus got to the Cure Cosmo reveal. Like, Star Twinkle has lore to it. Star Twinkle is such a delight. I know that that's, like, one of the other contentious seasons. I think it's a really good season, in my opinion. Yeah, I think the only, like, knock is that these characters aren't really animated. They're just sliding in. There's not any animation to them. They just kind of, like, doop in. I'd love to see, like, a little minor animation in there, but I'm going to be biased and let it slide because they're holding food. Like, look at that parfait. Like, I mean, look at my girl, Madoka. Like, look. Well, we had the pancakes. Did I pass Madoka? Yeah. Look at her little rainbow drink. Tell me you would not want this drink in reality. Like, look at the straw with the little shooting star on it. Tell me you wouldn't want this. Tell me that you don't want this in your life. I'm just saying. I want cheese pastel to eat. Oh my god, there is some kind of treat on Takeshita Street in Japan that has the rainbow cheese that I didn't eat, but I was tempted. This is a good one. I'll put you up there. It sparks joy. It's food. See, this one's animated. This one's fully animated, which is nice. It's a prunes donut. Alright, the donut. We finally have a donut one that can go in the donut category, as it believes. I love that Precure has an obsession with donuts. Less babies, more donuts. I'm just saying. Seasons where we have the donut, a good season. It's a good season. It's a good time. T and I are agreeing on something again. Madoka is my favorite Star Twinkle. Miracles are happening. I kind of want to know all your. I need to go through your lists and see who your faves are, because you have like one character you're super attached to for most seasons, and I love seeing you gush about your fave character. Though I'm curious what your opinion has changed on Choco with the newest episode, but that's getting ahead of itself. It's too much spoiler territory. Star Twinkle is the only season that made me cry in the last 10 episodes nonstop, and it's one of my favorites. I think between that and the Mahotsukai ending, Star Twinkle's ending obliterated me emotionally. I think I needed days to recover. It's so well done. In the final fight, and right before they transform for the final fight, oh! Best like leading up to a final fight. Star Twinkle is so exceptional in a couple categories for me. Alright, this one's back to a little less animation, but they're still in the pseudo chibi department. It's cute. It's not got a donut though. It's not donutty. So you're going down to brownie. But nonetheless, next one. We're getting through them. I like this one because like I don't know why the line art for this one is dark. Like, they just have black. Well, I guess it's kind of lighter here. But they got, like, mostly dark line art here. The line art got lighter on this one. Back to the lighter one. And I was like, the lighter one fits the season better. Like, just, like, having this lighter kind of gray-colored one is nice. And despite you being a brat, you look very cute here. I like it, donut. I like it, donut! Fua to me is a baby mascot, so instantly bad. Fua is one of those ones like Chiffon, who are they're baby-esque, but they get a pass because they're cute. Except for she's so bratty when she turns into a unicorn. I'm very upset that her personality 180s in the unicorn form. We'll talk about it for sure. I'd love to chat about it after stream. Yes, as long as I'm not busy, I might, depending on how far the stream goes and what the people I'm hanging out with later are doing, I might have to go off to dinner. I'll be free Monday, though. Always DM me on Monday, and I can chat away. I don't understand why people hate Star Twinkle. I think people don't like the lack of balance for the cast, and I think some people don't like Hikaru, which is, I get. Like, I did not like Hikaru at all in the beginning, but I liked her character development, especially after they got the, was it the Twinkle Stick? I think I liked her significantly better. And also, again, people, if you don't like Lala, you're not gonna like this season. In the same way that if you don't like Laura in Tropical Rouge, you're not gonna like this season. I think that's usually the main reasons why people don't like it. Some people also just don't like, it's not that they hate Lala, but they hate that she gets most of the screen time, which is valid. I think that's a valid reason to be not like it. Kier Lemaire is my favorite. See, there we go. We got a Lemaire stan in here. Hi, yes. The one who doesn't like Star Twinkle. Hikaru Hikaru brushing Fua is such a vibe. It's cute. Donuts from Fresh. Fresh was the OG donut season. We stan her for that. Okay, healing good. I like that we have our chibis. I like the style. The style's really nice. I like that. This is one of the ones where they like draw the healing bag instead of like having it be 3D. This is cute. This one's pretty cute. It's very uneventful, but it's cute. I think it's a solid one. It could be giving more, but I think it's solid, so it's going in brownie. Chugging along. Another chibi one. I like that it's different. I like this kind of like corkboard. Not quite. It's like, it honestly feels like hieroglyphic, whatever, sandstone kind of drawing. It's cute. It's a chibi one. I like how chibi they are. Chibi sparks joy. Another one. I don't get why Laura gets hate just because she took screen time, but she's important to Manatsu. I don't like Laura for multiple reasons. One, I don't like how the series handles her sort of like development, in my opinion. I prefer a season, I think it's just preference. I prefer a season when a character has a very harsh personality or like makes very selfish choices that they ultimately like get some kind of comeuppance for it. But the series never really punishes Laura for her actions in a serious way. Most of the time, anything she wants, she just kind of gets, and then just learns to be a decent person while also being spoiled by the show itself. And that doesn't work out for me. Like, one of the reasons why I like Hikaru is Hikaru was a very audacious character up until around the, trying to remember what it was called. But that, like, when they got the group attack, the first group attack for Star Twinkle, Hikaru kept making incredibly selfish decisions that ended up jeopardizing the whole team. And Hikaru, like, had to deal with the fact that she nearly got everybody like killed. And she came to the realization that I need to care about my friends' feelings, and I need to like realize that the way that I'm doing and my selfish actions are causing problems for everybody else, and I need to be more conscientious of the people around me and the bigger plan, and I can't just do everything impulsively. And then she's a significantly better character for the rest of the show. And they don't do that with Laura. Laura never really has a moment where, like, her actions genuinely cause problems. The most it will ever do is a gag, where she'll try to do something. She's like, I'm gonna go do this thing, and then she trips and, like, falls in mud. And then she's like, rats, and then moves on. She never suffers any major consequences for any of the actions she takes that are a little bit more on the selfish side, and I don't particularly enjoy that on a personal level. But I know that the series does that because it wants to teach people who are like Laura, who are more selfish, to just, like, change on their own and not require there being consequences. She just realizes that. She's like, maybe I shouldn't have handled things this way. But I don't like that way of teaching, and my children's media is the best way I could explain that. I remember when you watched Star Twinkle for the first time, I ended and I was like, this is perfection. Precure is never gonna top this. Then I watched reviews and they saw that things were bad, and I was like, oh yeah. I think that's one of the bummers, because I think a lot of the content creators at the time were not super big fans of Star Twinkle. Not Leo, though. He's a Star Twinkle main. But a couple of the ones that were there at the time were not huge fans of it. And I think it's just, again, personal preference. Like, it's a bummer when you follow a content creator and they're pretty negative about something you love passionately. Like, I think the one that happened for me was Go Princess. I had a content creator that was following at the time, and I'm definitely not going to name names because I don't think we need to shame anybody for just having a different opinion. But I was a huge fan of Go Princess, as we all know. And they had a very, very negative review of Go Princess and like constantly touted it for like plagiarizing another series. And I was like, can you please stop saying that and just talk about the series and like it itself? Stop saying that plagiarized another series. Like it's very exhausting. But that's one of those things where it's like that person's allowed to have that opinion, and it's just like, you know, their review is their review. I have to go. Glad to have a good time here with you all. Thanks for today. Bye, Marcos. I hope you have a lovely day. I hope I didn't read that too late. They have no thoughts. A healing good team. Wasted the generals, the big bad, like it was nothing. Don't screw with the planet, or you answer to them. True. I'm not exactly a Tropical Rouge enjoyer, TBH. It's probably one of the seasons I can never vibe with, but I know it's a good season. One of my least favorite seasons. I think it's fine. I think it's a fine season, and I think it does a lot of stuff. I just think it's one of those ones where I'm like, that one's not for me. Like, I think there's a difference where a season, like, things go awry, and you're like, that was not good. And then I think there's seasons where you're like, personally, it's good and it's made for somebody. Like, in the way, I like Star Twinkle for the exact same reasons that I don't like Tropical Rouge. I like Lala a lot, and I don't mind her getting a lot of the focus and a lot of the character development. Like, I have a huge fondness for Lala, so that season was fine for me. Don't like Laura, so I didn't like Tropical Rouge. That's the way it's gonna be. And obviously there are people who are the opposite of me, and that's just, it is what it is. See, we have the Star Twinkle enjoyer in chat. The #1 fan. That was me with Delicious Party. I love it, but the one reviewer I watched just kept ragging on it. Yeah. Plagiarize. All of it likely was coming out of High Frozen, but plagiarized. Yeah, I don't want to say what they said that it plagiarized, because that will immediately reveal who I'm talking about. But yeah, they're like, this other series, it completely just does everything that this series does, but the other series is just doing something so insanely different. And I was like, I don't like that you keep comparing the two of them, but like, you know, if that's what you're attached to, go off, King. Like, I constantly compare Metadon to Milk, which I think some people who probably watch my You and Idol reviews are probably irritated about. I don't think people will love that I keep making that comparison, but that's what I want to do. That's what my brain decides to do. And if they don't like it, that's fine. They don't have to, they can either skip that part of the video or just not watch the content, which is fine. I like, not like shame anything. It's just difference of opinions. Yeah, that's exactly my thoughts for Tropical Rouge. It was made for others, but it's not for me. Even if it was 3 watches, it's not for me. I'm not going into that, Ben. Anyways, moving on to the next part. Moving on to Healing Good. Catch 3. This is cute. I love that this is like a pool. I think this is very clever. And then popping out is really, really adorable. I actually, like, conceptual-wise, like, laying it on the ground and then, like, being a little pool that they come in and out of because they can do that. I think that's really neat. I thought that was very, 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 very clever. Big fondness for that. I'm putting that up there. Healing Good had very cute eyecatches. This one's pretty adorable. See how they're animated in? You see how they move when they fell in? You see how there was movement? You see how there was motion? Couldn't be Hugtto. I think that was also cute. I like Precure seasons that have comedic moments, but get serious if necessary. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I love the franchise in general, is that, like, I like children's media, but there's some, like, I'm not somebody who's gonna sit here and watch, like, there's some children's media I just can't get into because it's all, like, just kind of, like, good vibes and no, like, stakes. Like, I think I ended up getting into this conversation with somebody else today. Like, I'll never watch Teen Titans Go, and I'll never, like, be, like, super fond of Teen Titans Go. I'm like, it doesn't have the depth that the original series had, and that's what I want in my children's media, is that, like, I like it, but I also like it to have a little bit of depth. I like it to go somewhere. I also probably wouldn't review Bluey. Like, I think Bluey is a fun vibe when I'm hanging out with my niece and nephew, but that's not a series that I would, like, psychoanalyze in depth. That somebody else can do that, but it won't be me. Can the first Hugtto Eyecatch be its own tier with how much I dislike it? I have to figure out where it is. This one? Boom. It's in the new tier. You know what? I said we weren't going to have a salt tier, but we're going to have a salt tier for Trace. Not Taste. That's not who you are. We have a special tier. We have the Trace tier. We have the Trace salt tier. But I think the reason why Tropical Rouge got no development was because of COVID. I think it had its issues. I think several of the COVID/hack seasons suffered from situational issues like that. But I think some of for some of Tropical Rouge, they intentionally wanted to write some ways. Like I think they knew that kids like they really marketed Laura as if it was going to be everybody's favorite character, and they really held fast to that. Which they've done. Like they're doing that a bit with Kyun Kyun in this season, where they're like, we think Kyun Kyun's going to sell the most. Like we've predicted that it's going to have the highest sales, and Kyun Kyun has sold like nobody's business. She's such a she's sells like hotcakes. Then I know what you're talking about. Get out of here, Ben. Funny story, before Glitter Force, I knew about Smile Precure because someone on a Sailor Moon forum went nuts thinking Smile ripped off Sailor Moon. Yeah, that's the problem, especially with a lot of reviewers, too, is that they don't realize that the people who work on these shows are the same people. Like, that's one of the reasons why I didn't know that at one time either. But I've done a couple of times now, made giant lists of every Magical Girl series I can possibly find. And one of the things that I pay a lot more attention to that I didn't do as a kid was what studio makes these stuff. Like, you would not believe how many Magical Girl anime specifically were made by Toei. They made a lot of the big hitters. In the same way that Toei also has like One Piece and Dragon Ball. Toei is like if not the biggest animation studio in the world or anime studio in the world, because they own some of the most lucrative properties in the world. But they were like, they did the first one. They did Mahotsukai Sally. They started the magical girl anime trend in the first place. So, yeah. And people don't have the context. Like, I think it's easy to politely tell people that magical, like, it's easier to politely tell people, like, oh, well, Smile Precure came first, and then like Glitter Force is the American dub in the same way that Power Rangers originally happened to Japan, and then it came over in a different form to a degree. Like Super Sentai is Power Rangers. I think the real thing is how people react, and I think again it's going to come down to being a kid. Kids are going to be like, "No, I know better. Glitter Force was first because I found it first on the internet, and I'm 14-year-old." And that's the point where you pick your battles. You're like, "I'm just going to let this 14-year-old crash out and let them have that." Other times, if it's a full grown adult, I'm like, listen, listen, it takes one Google search. Don't use an AI bot. I'm begging you, just Google it. Oh, I'm not going to get into that argument today. I love how Hinata is in these. She's such a creature. So true. Healing Good eye catches. I'm gonna say the word right today. Are so adorable. I want to watch the OG and Teen Titans. I have a sweet spot for that. But at the same time, when I talked about Teen Titans Go with his other friend, he read the comics and he's like, I hate the Cartoon Network Teen Titans Go original or Teen Titans original run because he's like it disrespects the comics. And I'm like, I get that. I get that. He's like, for what you hate Teen Titans Go, I hate Teen Titans because it's not like the comics. That's valid. I get that. It's interesting how cyclical that is. Tropical Rouge, she was too focused on school. It would have been awesome if she was more. That's my other thing I didn't like about Tropical Rouge is there was not enough ocean. I was like, where's the ocean? Give me the ocean. Like they spent like no time in the ocean or on the beach. It was like mostly at school, and I was like, there's too much Rouge and not enough tropical. Like, I don't know, sell a palm tree for the season if that means we get more beach. I just wanted more beach time. I wanted to be in the ocean. I wanted to be swimming with the whales. Why are we not doing that? They also didn't get mermaid forms, and I think that was disrespectful. Teen Titans Go is trash. I don't disagree with you, but also I know people really... That's a beloved one for some people. Hey, we both agree that our least favorite... I said Heartcatch again. Eyecatch is an R tier. Oh my god. Oh, my poor Nana. The Healing Good Animal Trunk is a multifunctional. It can... Yeah, that's right. They did a lot of different things with it. I think, as much as I hate the tablet devices, they were pretty clever. I've attached to Nana so quickly. The Nana fans can unite. I've got the Nana fans in my chat. They are from the same company. And Digimon. Yeah, there's so many ones that came out of Toei. Toei's an absolute monster when it comes to animation production. So that is not too particularly surprising. All right, Tropical Rouge. We've roasted Tropical Rouge enough. Let's get to those eye catches. This one I love. I do love this. I think it's cute. I think it's pretty adorable. I have no qualms with that. It does exactly what I want in a... It's got chibis. It's got, like... The style is unique to the season with, going back before we jump ahead. The second one does it too. Stylistically, this fits the season. It has the same like color palette. It has the same like roughened lines for it. It's just all of Tropical Rouge does this, and I will say visually, I am very fond of Tropical Rouge. The Hugtto Eyecatch roast. I like want people to like come out and be like, we're canceling you for hating just the first Eyecatch specifically from Hugtto. That's what I'm gonna get roasted for. That's the hottest take I have. Kudodoon. Kudodoon. It's true. Kudodoon does make up for the things we dislike. Sweet little baby angel. This one's a little bit more boring and is just trying to show the merch, but I do like they drew the merch. I also like that it like these do have like all of them pop in. So like I think for what it's kind of low effort in the beginning, I do give it that I think it's cute in the end. And again, this background is so like this is the evolution of the backgrounds because now we still have like the painterly elements to it. It's still doing a little bit of watercolor, but like I like that we have sharper lines. It's not just endless gradient. And then we've got the triangles. I love that like they do this little triangle motif throughout the series as like it kind of gives this confetti vibe because it's such a like exciting season. I do genuinely like this. I think I will probably put it in brownie. Just like shove them all in there. All the babies go in there. Love. What do you mean getting canceled? That tier is still named for the canceling's happening right now. We're here. It's happening. Oh my god. Yeah, he had the aforementioned multivariant of the Eyecatch for this season. You're all welcome for me including them. Yeah, you are such a sweet baby angel with this. Do I still have the link for it? Oh, no, I think I have the YouTube link. Let me get the tier link again for anybody who wants to do this, for people who have come in and come out. Another link. Oh my god. They also did Zatchbell, which I haven't processed that for a while. Oh my god, I forgot about Zatchbell. I think I watched like the first few episodes of that, but then I fell off watching it personally back when I was real little. I remember I think it came on Toonami. If lipsticks didn't rise in 2021, don't know what it is. I love Precure. Welcome. It's a fun time. We love Precure. I don't know why I'm saying welcome. You've been here. No. We're skipping ahead. We're going to Eyecatch 3. This is another one. I think this is probably one of the most like tropical-esque themed Eyecatches for the season. Like the way they do these coral prints that they do, especially for like a lot of, I don't know if tropical is the word, but like beach wear loves to do screen printing on outfits that do templates like this, which I really like. I also like that they have, I think this is what, her bracelet right here in the corner that they sell. Trying to get you to buy it. I like the chibis everywhere. I like this style of chibi too because like look how like unusual they are from their basic form. We need more Asuka and Sango interactions, truly. I mean, this is a season where we just had so many characters and they could have, I wish more of the crowd interacted with each other. Because I think these two could have had more fun plot lines. It's a solid one. I like it. We're going to Donut. Eat it. Alright. Back to this one, if the tab will let me. Number 4. I do like our villains. Our villains are fun this season. But they're not the Cures. They're not the Cures. They're okay. They're cute villains, though. I think this is one of the best seasons in terms of, like, fun-shaped villains. Minori with Kurun on her head is so adorable. So true. Absolutely the truth. Okay. We're cracking into Delicious Party, guys. We're getting in there. This is interesting. This one's interesting because, like, I think it's not 3D, but I think they just literally have, like, a PNG here. It's weird. I like the table. Like, the second half of this I like. I love the illustrated food and stuff going on here. I think this is cute. They have a donut. I think the first half it's kind of, like, meh, but they did animate the characters. The second half is adorable. But this is an Eyecatch. This is what, like, between the chibi Eyecatches and then, like, this is what I want to see for an Eyecatch where you have them drawn in regular scale. I have to sneeze. But yeah, I think it's good. But it could be good here. Do. Like, they're complete opposites. It would have been perfect. Yeah, it would have been really good dynamic. Then the Eyecatch for 33, I wonder everybody's love. 33 what? What? I'm missing the context for that one. Eyecatch for the villains is so special. It's true, they usually don't have that much love for the villains. Delicious Party! Love the effects on the girls. That's fair. That's so true. I actually love the Delicious Party eye catches. The season's colors are so pretty. I do think like for what I think sometimes the colors are not my favorite. This I like the aesthetic of this. I like, I mean, obviously, as we know, my favorite one that we will get to. I like the purple background a lot. I think them trying to, because I think this right here is the packaging for the like the food that they had that they sold this season, like the sweets and stuff. I think this was one of the boxes that you like. I think for the parfait one, this was the box that it came in, because I bought that, and I think it came in a transparent box like this. So I think this was trying to like chill a little bit. It's doing its best. Love the effects on the girl. Da, 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 da. Delicious Party eye catches felt very elegant. So true. If they fit, they sit. Delicious Party mascots. Exactly. Oh, the episode in Tropical Rouge is 33, which was the episode with the long incantation. Yeah, I was like, was the villain one supposed to be the bit? And it was. That makes sense. Is this low quality? Is this low quality? If it's 720. Why you look so low quality? I know the season looked better than this. This one's cute. This is another one where they just kind of like, yeah, this is definitely low quality. The logo's not that bad looking. This is one where the recipes are kind of whatever. They're just trying to sell the recipes. This is less exciting, but I do like the end of it. I do like this ending with them like hugging their fairies and then laying on the hill, and I like that it's very watercolor-esque and chibi. The recipes in the sky are kind of like whatever. Like this bit's kind of whatever in my opinion. So I'm gonna put it in the brownie tier. Yeah, it's low quality. They do nothing but eat as a season, so it's boring. They do more than that in this season. I think the first half of Delicious Party I'm very fond of. I think their relationship with Mari-chan and the team coming together was I am very attached to it. I love Yui here. She's so cute. She is pretty adorable. I do wonder why they moved away for Eyecatch 3 to like... No, I take it back. The one that was different was the other one. I don't know if I love the aging up thing. I always thought that was a weird gimmick with, why am I blanking out on her name? Our fairy friend here. Somebody in chat will tell me. But I like the food. I like the, flat lay of the foods. That's really nice. And then I love the doilies. Like, I think that's cute. Kome Kome. I don't really care for Kome Kome aging, but the animation's not bad. I'll give it that. And then them at the table makes sense. Do. I love Yui here. She's so cute. Yui drooling. She's so special. Her thing is drooling. That's her icon. Yui is everyone's spirit animal. Clouds look like food. I guess that's true. That's the one thing, as somebody who is a self-proclaimed foodie, I don't ever think I see food in the sky. But maybe I need to. I guess I'm not like a cotton candy kind of girl. Maybe that's why. Yui's underrated. Kome Kome, yeah. Thank you. Technically, Kome Kome the second. I like the transition. That's fair. I also like the food coming across the screen. If we're talking about that transition, I like that a lot. I like the flat lay of food. I really like the way they drew food this season. I love food art. This is why, like, despite it doing a lot of things I don't care for, Food Wars, I was very much attached to the food. It's some of the prettiest anime food I've ever seen in my life. But they also had a team of 3 women who were dedicated to the food itself. And I'm like, when you have 3 animators whose only job is to lock them in a closet and tell them to draw food, they definitely delivered. I remember when I watched Delicious Party, I was so scared that Kome Kome start growing up. I didn't understand anything. It's an interesting gimmick that they had that I didn't quite understand why they did that, and why the other 2 didn't do that. They lost me a little bit. I need to watch the Delicious Party movie, though. That is something I have sinned and have not watched that yet. Alright. Delicious Party, Precure, Eyecatch 4. This is super cute. The colors are very nice here. Them running around, and like, this is a good way to shill the merch. Like, I think this is the cutest way to shill the merch. Also, I'm gonna say that this was the hardest thing to get my hands on, because they region locked this. They would not let you buy this if you were not in Japan. And so I had to go move heaven and earth to get this purchased. I'm so glad I have it now, because it's one of the prettiest designs of anything that they've done Precure-wise. But yeah, this is very cute. This is very on point for the season. Them being in the basket. Ah! Shh. I'm hitting the pause button and you were ignoring me, computer. Yeah, this is, actually, I think I'm gonna put that in wedding tier. This is probably one of the best eye catches. It's so cute. I don't even remember that eye catch. You will remember it now! Your brain will remember now. Oh my god, yeah, Mane's was so hard to get because it was Bandai Premium. There's no reason. Like, the Pretty Holic stuff is already a pain to obtain. Don't make it worse. Don't make it even harder. Like, there's so many food items. Like, I got every food item from Delicious Party, and I'm so glad that I did. Except for I didn't get the one that, Leo got. He got the tube, like, tube of liquid that you could eat. I didn't get that one. Because, it was not on sale when I did my big haul at one point. But everything else I have, and I have the packaging from it. Because I was like, the food stuff is not coming back. You buy it then or you never get it. That's basically, like, I feel bad for collectors, because Delicious Party is going to be one of the worst ones to collect from. For, like, the food items. The makeup items are a little bit easier, but still, they're kind of a pain. You'll have to get somebody who's, like, emptied out the makeup. The prettiest compact next to Wonderful's. Honestly, it's such a good design. All I know is that Wonderful Eyecatch 3 is top tier. Ooh, I'm trying to remember what that one was. Because I do remember them pretty good. I remember most of them being makeup themed. Oh my god, the liquid thing was so delicious. I'm still, you gotta tell us, what flavor was it? Because I think you got the blue one. Maybe I'm misremembering. That's like multiple years ago. Shopping's free, someone's wallet cried it down. It was Money John's. I like how Amane's item looks like a cake. Isn't it? It's peak design. I know at one point I'm gonna have to do like a merch tier list, which is something I have to make anyways, because I need to get photos for merch anyways, to track what I've purchased and what I've not purchased, and stuff that I've probably lost. Alright, now we are going to the best and brightest. Let's get into Hirogaru Sky. They had all these ones were so vastly different from one another. Like, it's so interesting how insanely different their eye catches were. Like, I like that we have the watercolor paper, which makes even more sense when you know the direction that Mashido goes on. I love these, like, random paint swatches that they threw back here. I'm super fond of them. I also like that this, technically it's supposed to be, like, an inverted drop shadow, and it, like, moves. Like, it slowly moves off her. Like, this kind of, like, it's nice. And they're, like, on the watercolor, but then the watercolor, like, ripples into being a regular background, and then they have I'm not done yet. Anyways, this one's very pretty. I also like this like pew effect going off here. See how I can't articulate and I just start making sound effects when I don't know what I'm talking about. This one's very good though. I did get the blue one. It tasted sweet. Thank you for the vast description. Eyecatch 3 of Wonderful was the one where Komugi jump scares Yuki and Mayu. Ah, yes. Honestly, kind of lackluster. Ooh, hot takes. I think Trace might like it. I'm not sure, though. This one is simple but pretty. I think this one's just solid. Like, I think for a not overly involved Eyecatch, this one's sweet and it's a Shill the Merch one. But you see how they outline the merch? This is not 3D, though, but they did the merch. This one's sweet. I think this one is just kind of sweet. I don't know if it's brownie for me or donut. I think it's like kind of on the edge between these two, if I'm being completely honest. But now we can talk about Peak. Oh, this one is so divine. I'm full screening it, even though that's going to make it harder to see. I take it back. We're just going to go back to this. The screen is not doing me any favors for the stream on what I'm trying to do. But this one is absolutely, utterly divine. This is easily my favorite. The, like, them... No one asked. Go back. This is so, like, the pink cloud, the purple background, and these, dude, I don't know if you've seen it with some of the graphic stuff I do, but I also do a lot of, like, the, like, pearls that hang down and have some kind of star or moon shape. So satisfying. The little dangly bits that I should probably know the proper term for. Delicious. I love them. It's so good. So good. Easily the best one. No, this next one I really adore. The Eyecatch is pure perfection. Like, I don't think I was ready when I watched this the first time, and the best Eyecatch of all time dropped, and I was not mentally prepared at all. I love the Sky Mirage. Looks like Sora is playing a flute. It does. Welcome in, Jose. I'm going to assume that's Spanish, and I do not speak Spanish, but it looks like you're saying hello from Peru. Hello! I'm so sorry I'm bad at other languages. I absolutely wish I was more bilingual, but I am not. I know very little. Languages is the one thing I suck at. I was a math student. I'm so sorry. Eyecatch won also, while Sora and Mashido carrying the town on their shoulders before Tsubasa joined. It's true. They were doing a lot before Tsubasa rolled in, even though he was kind of there the whole time. Da -da 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 -da. The Slumber Party Eyecatch, I think, is my favorite overall. I love these characters so much. So this one, I like have a hate-love relationship with. I think the animation for this is nice. Like, each of them jumping in is so fun, and I really like how they handle the line art. I think them doing this to entertain Elle before bed is like, whatever. I do like that they did this, this light stick thing. Like, this is honestly the transition we should have had for Idol Precure, where it looks like a light stick that's being flung around. I like it. I like that we get the manor shot, too. Like, I think if we stopped it right here, it's good. It's good. It's not my favorite of all time. I also like the second one a little bit more. Here in the team is the first official male healer. Or male cure. I just combined your two comments as the thing changed. Didn't the Slumber Party Eyecatch come the same week Sora losing her will as a hero? There was some drama this season. There was some things. There were some moments. This one, it's cute. I give it that it's cute. I may not be here for the babyism, but it's better than the other ones. I love this Eyecatch so much, using the same animation as their actual transformations. Yeah. Like, I like that they reanimated all of this. It's very nice. This is a season where they just put so much effort into the Eyecatches. I think I am going to stick it in Brownie, though. Because of the baby. This one was so interesting how it's different. Like, at first I didn't like it because it's, like, zero animation happening here. It's just, like, them sliding. Like, they put so much they put all the animation effort on this, like, glow. The book. A little chronicle. But I love the stained glass. Like, I think the, like, uniqueness of this all was very, very delightful. I like the stained glass. It, like, oddly fits the season. And then, like, this kind of, like, them all going to the heavens around the point in the series where we start getting, like, the backstory of the, like, different times and stuff. I think it's very creative. I kind of bummed out that it's so different from the other ones. And it's got a lack of animation, but there's a point where it wouldn't make sense to have animation since it's supposed to look like stained glass things. So, I like it. I took some time to grow on me. I don't know if I'm gonna... I think I'm gonna put it in Brownie for now. But it might be a donut. It's hard to say. Hard to say. Alright, guys, we're in the final stretch. Here we go. Da, 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 da. Perfection once again. Also, my baby Tsubasa looks cool in Eyecatch 3. So I'm here for it. Tapestry could go on a great wall. It would be a really good wall scroll. Cure Noble mention. We love a good Cure Noble here. That's why this one is a top tier for me. Aw, that makes sense. Because Elaine is in the Eyecatch. You've gotta have your girl. Your best girl. Boing. Yeah. Yeah, I also like that they have their symbols in the corner. Okay, wonderful one. Alright, let me watch it again. I like how much animation is happening here. It's like, this is very dynamic, and not only is it just like, it's not flat, they're like spinning around here, the camera's going crazy. And it's like, you know, it's one of the makeup ones where we're getting the makeup. I like that's also like Kamugi's dream, and then they have these down here, and they look really good. It's pretty cute. It's pretty sweet, and I am fond of it. So that one's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that one. I'll put you in Donut. You're pretty Donut. I don't remember this one at all. It wasn't there long. If you don't know the star that produces the Chronicles, she's the more no spoiler, too much of a spoiler. Me being so nerdy about that's fair. That's so fair. Remember the song at all. All of Wonderful's are wedding tear. You want a cake tear for you? Fair enough. This one's cute. It's very, very adorable. I think I don't like this one as much because it's a tablety one. It's less exciting to me. I think it's funny, but like it's just the normal art style other than this like gag bit right here. Like it feels like this would just be in kind of a normal episode. I feel like this one is just it's not as fun as the others. I think the other ones were doing a little bit more, so I might put that down in cookie. Cookie with icing. Oh, this one I love because this is what I mean. We went back to the pop art kind of thing. Like this, and I also like do a lot of like gradation on it, which is great. This one is I'm very fond of this one. Even with the like yeah, this one's really cute. No, go back. Go back. Shoot. Shoot. This one I really like. This one feels like an eye catch. This is good because it had Mei Mei, not the Mei Mei bias. Why people say Precure All-Stars looks like Super Smash Bros. For this way everyone is here. Because it's an All-Stars. Like I think most people think of like when they hear something being an all-star kind of situation where you have everybody there, that's kind of what like Smash was known for. Kamugi always ready to kill someone. Love it. She'd be taking people out all the time. This one I really like. Put that back up there. Here's Wonderful's third eye catch, as someone mentioned earlier, as their fave. They did say this was their fave. I think this one and somebody also said they liked the last one. God, why did it scroll all the way back up? Go back down. Number 4. The Nico one. This one, like... I don't know, I feel like they should have had another eye catch. This, like, I feel like they should have a 5th one, because Nico-sama is just kind of like... Meh. Like, it's just that, like, we learn that the idol, like, sits there and has, like, idle time, like, idle rest time before she goes out and is all Kira. So, it is what it is. I think this one's less fun. Or it's fun, but it's not beautiful. Put down cookie with icing. Miko is one of my favorite. Yeah, Miko is just you. This is you. I think the eye catch is just looking at you in between streams. I wish we got Satoru in an eye catch. That would have been good. We should have had Takumi. The boys get no love because we also didn't have Seiji in any of them either, to my understanding. Wonderful packed is beauty in toy form. It is really pretty. Nico, when are you dropping your skincare plan, queen? When are you dropping the skincare? I catch 3. Yuki is still a tsundere right now and isn't affectionate with anyone who isn't Mayu. That's true. Love the Nico one. It's such a vibe for a troll like her. A troll or an idol. 2 different things. That's so funny because it's my second favorite. That's fair. That's totally fair. I mean, as you know, this is just like we were saying earlier. If you're a Nico stan, you probably love it. Oh, I'm so excited for these. I like this one. This one was very fun. It was this is just like a very classic eye catch where we like, again, they very fresh Precure, I think, started with it where you have like one character comes on, another character comes on, another character comes on, team. I think this one's very solid, and I like the like ribbon that they use where they keep the plaid, but they do like hearts and stuff. I really like the sort of like lace divider they have, and I like that it splits off, and then you see like different parts of the characters. I really, really like that. I think it's just compared to the next one is kind of basic. Now this eye catch, oh my god, this is another wedding tier eye catch. Like, first of all, I mentioned it in my review. I really like the white glow when it's used sparingly. Like this style, like there was some anime that came out a couple years back. Maybe, oh my god, it's probably 10 years ago, because I think it was around the time that I started college, where they did a whole series with this style, and it got very annoying for it to be that whole style. But for when they do it in, like, special moments like this, it's god tier. And, like, them not using 3D, but actually, like, doing the actual objects is great. They really handled the crystal here well. And, of course, you guys know how I feel about a doily! I love a good doily! And I also like that for the lipstick, they put the shimmer effect in there. And it's not just like a flat pink color. I think that's small details that spark joy. And then I like that the two fairies let them out. And we have this one image where you really get to see them more full scale with the style. Very, very good. I also think that there was that really iconic like McDonald's Yuri commercial that also I think had this style on it too, way back in the day. The iconic McDonald's Yuri commercial. That should have been an anime if I'm being so honest. So we gonna take you to the wedding tier because you spark all the joy. I love this one. Uta looks so pretty and she's one of my faves. Right? Will these be their summer wear? We'll see in the next few weeks. Oh, that's true. This could be their summer outfits. They're very, very cute. I kind of hope they are. I like these outfits a lot. That'd work for their, like, summer apparel. It's a very cute one. I am very fond of it. Now, I do not have the next two eye catches in this playlist, so I may have to scoot this over here and look those up for a moment. Where we need the Otana eye catches. Otana eye catch. This whole thing also gaslit me. Is eye catch spelled as one word? You know, all these are listing it as one word. Not Google Translate. Autocorrect is not like to believe that that is true. Autocorrect has another opinion. Okay. Last two. Are we ready for it? Are we ready for the end? End of the line? I like this a lot. I like, even if they don't have a lot of like movement animation, I think this is so dynamic with the, like the clock and them transforming from their like younger selves to their older selves in the style. And then they do a lot of like, again, the transition effect from like them glowing into their next form is really nice. Like whoever did this has a really good understanding of After Effects to do this, because this is mostly an After Effects work more so than it is an animation thing, which makes sense for them. Like, you know, they cheaped out a little bit on the animation for this season, if we're being 100% honest, after watching Mirai Days. But their motion media artist is very delightful. I like this a lot. I will put it up in the donut. And then the second one, I don't know where it went. Why have you left me? I literally had it. Oh, here it is. Come to me. Come to me. Come on. Get onto the monitor. This one is the same thing, but it's these two. I do like that it like cycles through more of them, and then we do have them side by side like that, matching the sequence that they had for their season, which I think is very cute. So I also will put this up in donut. Very pleasing. Tomato, tomato for me. How do you spell like that? Tomato, tomato. When I saw the last idol eye catch, I thought, I bet Toei owns all of this already. Or I bet T owns this already. What do I own? What do I own from the makeup line? What do I own from the makeup line? I have to look at it. I own the 3 lipsticks. I did get the 3 lipsticks for that one. Let me just turn around and look at my shelf behind me. What do I have from this season? I know I bought all the lipstick because they're really cute, and I wanted to figure out how they worked because they didn't make sense in real life. I have to go. See you soon. Thank you for hanging out. We really appreciate you here today. I know I got the lipsticks. I think I got one of the powder things. I need to pull the eye catch back up. I'm not gonna be able to remember. Alright. Alright. Let's see. Kimi Eyecatch 2. Okay, we got it back. We got it back. Okay, which of these I got? I did not get the nail polish. I got the lipstick. I did not get the perfume bottle. I don't even know if they sold the perfume bottle at the time and or if they sell it at all. But yeah, I have the 3 lipsticks. I think that's the only thing I have from this one. And then I think I bought powder from other seasons. We were so robbed with Saki and Mai. So true. They were my ship. Those two deserve... Look, all I'm saying is that these 2 fairies are opening a gateway in Pride Month. Like, these 2 are gonna be really big during the month of June. And I'm just saying, once what happens, there's going to be a gateway opened for a lot of canon queer ships being confirmed and queer characters. I'm just saying we don't have to live in ambiguity anymore in these series. We're confirming things. I'm sure they'll sell them at some point. Yeah, they're kind of funky with their releases for Pretty Holic because it's not always in like it's not always aligned with the way the episodes are because most of the time the toys are aligned with the episodes, but sometimes they just kind of release pretty willy-nilly. But I guess they can get away with it because it's the makeup. Either way, we are wrapping up for today. That is our tier list. We made it to the end. Bye, Prism. I hope you had a fun time. Oh yeah, I was so blown away that we got Canon Fairy Yuri. Like, they're so casual about, like, Metadon, unconfusingly being in love with Puridoon. I was impressed, but that's a whole other... We could spend a whole stream talking about just that. Like, it's not ambiguous at all. I know, it's not. I'm like, I didn't know we could do that. We just did it. And why we didn't do it in Mirai Days... Why didn't we do it in Mirai Days? Seeing them kiss makes me wish Iraha gave Satoru a kiss on the cheek when he gave her the Christmas present. We'll just need a season 2. We'll just need a season 2. We just need more, am I right? Like, we just need more Precure. We just need a boatload. We need a boatload more. Bring it on. Girl, I'm still getting crap from the Hugtto fans for putting Eyecatch on it. Oh dear. Listen, I'm just saying. Here, I'll change it just for you. Let's do this. There. Metadon was the best. I enjoyed. I really liked this episode. But yeah, this was all for a stream today. Thank you so much. Hopefully after this stream, if my calculations are not off, the next stream will be a little different. Stream might look slightly different. We'll see. We will see. Let's not forget Henri exists. They didn't even need to confirm anything. They don't need to confirm. I personally would like the confirmation if we can. Like, I get, like, the reason why we don't do, the reason why they don't confirm it in the series is because they can't. It's not so much that they, like, are holding out on us. It's just that they're worried about any backlash for people who are homophobic. But, like, if they can sit there and be blatant about it without, like, dancing around the subject, that'd be nice if they could just be blatant about it. We don't need to dance circles. Like, Henri is, like, everything short of being 100% about something. But I don't mind. I mean, if we can say yes, we don't mind. But yeah. Anyways, I will see you next time. Bye!